Gonna say what's up to everyone, but we gotta tell you guys what is at stake. That was the prize pool that was on the line, 800,000 CS. FT is gonna be another barn burner, which is gonna be carried over by health-wise, but I'm glad that you're here to celebrate the gift that is IDV.
Different people rooting for their personal teams, and that's what we love to see. And then middle camp towards far, because as I would think UD would be able to do at least 2 to 3 ciphers.
On Magician and the Professor. While we do have 3 boat, you have Shaq.
Yes,
so
all right, okay. So coming in, that's Nello, and that's Poch, and I'm Nello. This is game number 1.
I could be Nello. You could be Poch. I'm like, I'm kidding.
You could be Peter. You could be Peter.
Peter is him though, so let's see how he chases Soul. Very interesting, going for the Gravekeeper. We've seen a lot of these strategies in high level, going for the Rescuer, just so it really ruins the midway point of the game. Use up the shovel already, just for the utility to be out right away, but you got the Shadow Dance, the Shadow Step for him to actually corner Soul for the first hit to register now.
Yeah, love that the Psychologist placed down the pallets just so that Gravekeeper can play a little bit more, but Peter with that Shadow, that was so important for him to blink, to teleport on point, and now removing Soul from that shovel. Peter has a blink ready in 10 seconds, and I don't know, he might not even need it, but realistically, he might need it here because this is a very hard terrain to fight, to chase.
It is. He's gonna force another shovel just so not much utility on Soul's side. So the person that can come for the rescue is that Magician, but hits him out of it, still gaining that presence. Like you called, Nell, it seems like 3 ciphers might be completed, but the blink does not through the window, though. That was so close for Soul to be away from, though.
I know. But as you can see, Soul has done his job, right? 2.5 ciphers kite, using all of his resources. And the good thing is, not even needing team support right there. So I think that's good. And even Xyang's already in position to just come and rescue. But the flywheel though, is he trying to buy a little bit more time? Probably gets caught a little bit early in this position.
Yeah, because it is quite an early rescue. Gravekeeper can stay on chair for a while, and considering that Gravekeeper unfortunately doesn't have any items to work with, maybe try to buy a little more time. They're working on their 4th cipher, and they do have 1 more Tide Turner left. So like you said, I think they're kind of going for the strategy. But Peter trying to stop and contain a bit of the cipher progress, chases the Magician away. Saul creates that distance. Now they're trying to create some separation while they work on their last cipher.
Yeah, Peter's just going to chair Soul here. Soul has no items to work with. That's why he probably knew that he should just get away from the ciphers as far as possible. But if they really want to play this late game, I reckon Magician really needs to go for the rescue 1 more time, just to force him away from this area, because it's not even done, the middle cipher.
Right.
So go buy more time.
Let's see. He also needs to body block as well, because Gravekeeper is going to be in his last chair. This rescue needs to be timed perfectly. Now, chat, keep quiet. Ego is trying to concentrate. Peter, just nerves of steel. But now he's able to actually farm off a hit here, Nell. So you called it. Gravekeeper will be going down. Last cipher has a lot of progress, but now calls the midway point of the game. This is where everything can kind of change if he chooses to go and change straight here. But he's going to try and monitor where everyone is at. He's going to actually have the middle cipher as the last one.
Actually, this is amazing, right? UD has already, they're down to the last cipher, and Soul is the only one that's going to be sent back to the manor so far. So 3 survivors at this point with the last cipher. I reckon they definitely need to open a 6th cipher, because that middle cipher is definitely a very dangerous spot to be forcing it.
Oh my god, yeah. Like you called it, very dangerous. Ego now unfortunately unable to get away, has to eat that hit. And now, Peter's just going to patrol around this he's going to get this terrain under control here. He's going to distribute some damage. Psychologist can still go for those heals. And seems like Xyang's going to open up another cipher away from the center, which is at the left side of Big Boat.
Yeah, good news is Peter has no teleport to work with, right? So 1127 right there, that's the Professor we're talking about. This is up to him to come up with the plays to allow that timing to stun. Oh, the flywheel beautifully done. Not committing to the scales just yet. Still on cooldown, everything. But Peter eyes on the prize, knows that the last cipher is being popped, and it's
Wow.
already at 99%. It's just gonna pop. End game, 3 survivors running around, Potch.
Oh my god, let's go underdogs. Underdogs. Ooh, another excellent pallet. It's at Vault there. They just need to get, I'd say a tie is a win. A one-man escape is a really good for them already. And CN able to drop down the pallet just in time. Not going for the gates just yet. I like this. They're acting very disciplined. They have to make sure that they buy enough time, but unfortunately Psychologist does fall and they're still making the rotation towards the gate.
Yeah, I mean, best case scenario here, I think they can just get one person out.
Right.
Ego, yeah, because I think Peter knows with the timing and the positioning of the remaining survivors, he knows that he gets one person down, checks the front gate, checks the front boat. If there's tinnitus, then pursue. If there's no tinnitus, he can easily just teleport to the back. Oh, he's gonna teleport!
My
He's gonna
God,
make it
the
back.
gate, it's not open yet!
Missed. The scales missed!
Oh no. Yeah, the scales unfortunately was not able to save
Oh my God, 4K?
Professor. Oh my, can he get the rescue going? But we still have so much time left here onto the detention period, and they're already injured, so it's practically, yeah, just one hit down.
My
Eagle can
God.
make the save, but the front gate's not even open yet, Nell.
It's not. It's not. Peter is definitely guaranteed a 3K here. 4K if he can catch the remaining survivors. But he's going to catch up to the survivor that's going towards south. So if he catches Ego here, he can easily go for where Psychologist is. And he has a little bit of time work. Okay, a scale to work with. A little bit of time just baiting it out. Ego's going to go down. If he decides to not chair and just go... Wait! Yeah, just 3K. Right. Peter knows. Peter knows. Front gate's probably open by this time.
Wow, what a turn of events. But just like that, it was so scary how the scales were not able to survivor that can pull mobility, which is the Gravekeeper, and eat a lot of those hits.
How do you put this? It is Peter after all, right? So they get the speed. You do not want to let the score behind. Leave us all alone.
2 borrowed, actually 3 borrowed times. We got some flywheels on the board on the side of ZETA.
All right, the scary Goatman trying to look for his delicious, juicy target. Obviously, does not want a professor. The spikes just makes it so hard to devour. So, I's gonna try and look for someone at the front gate, but unfortunately, Kazuneko has already make that distance. He's just like, yeah, I know you're gonna come for me. I'm just gonna be ready and go into the boat. But don't forget, the cage can allow the Goatman to close the distance. So I already spots out the bloody trail, knows that it's the aeroplane is probably here. Kazuneko's still trying to run rounds. Oh wait, a little bit stuck at the moment, but this cage is kind of sus.
Yeah, because I mean he did have access to the he does have the scales, and he has access to that windowed area. So unfortunately, cage was not as optimal as he wanted. And this is what ZETA wants. Kazuneko is one of the greatest kiters this game has seen, and I really putting up his metal up against him is gonna be a test where he's gonna see another cage here. But in this area also he has flywheel to use, and now he's gonna try and force out the great patience on I's side. Tried to force out the scales, and it was kind of expensive. He used his jetpack and his flywheel, so now he's gonna try to corner Kazuneko. Gets a blink down, and that's gonna be the down of Kazuneko.
Yeah, one of the greatest kiters ever seen, right? But he's done his job. He still has one more jetpack to work with, so at least when they come and rescue him, he would still be able to rebound kite, so to speak. So Kazuneko right here, almost 3 ciphers kite, beautifully done. You can see that Shinami's already on his way. Wanted order is not going to be a deterrent at all. Just waiting for the time. And this is where you see First Officer excels in the art of stalling. And
I call it procrastination when I can't get anything done. But the art of stalling it is. Shinami now. Oh my god. But can Kazuneko pull enough distance? Resentment is all good for another cage, but AI has to walk all the way there. And this is where a Psychologist can come in for the Wi-Fi heal. So great mid-game for I to be able to try to corner out Kazuneko. Kazuneko has to be very careful with his last jetpack.
Yeah, you gotta make it count, right? Shinami's already sacrificed himself for you. Oh, I jinxed it. I'm so sorry. But that rock,
curse.
I know. But that rock definitely said no. to Kazuneko kiting a little bit further. And this is what I might be looking for, because this double down has bought a lot of time for them, right? A lot of time for AI just to prolong the end a little bit more. Hametu in position.
Yep. So we gotta wait just a little bit more here, and gets the hit off the Professor, and now Aeroplanist, unfortunately, will have to take this last kite. Flywheel's gonna be ready, so it has to be used optimally here. Double cage here just for him to get hit. Unfortunately, Kazuneko will be falling down with a flywheel.
Yeah, I guess that's goodbye to Kazuneko. And while all of this is going on, it's really unfortunate because they don't have a last cipher yet. And Goatman, the more the game progresses, the more terrorizing he's gonna be. So Hametu right here, half health. He's gotta make this count. He's gotta make this count because ciphers are definitely not enough. Wait, Hametu! What?
He was waiting there, trying to bait out a reaction. Goes for the scales again, but actually a pallet here is actually really good. And now I has to wait for the cage to actually reside. One good thing about this lineup is that they all have borrowed time, so they can wait for that end game pop. So they won't be able to force out anything. Nice flywheel for him to buy a little more time for that last cipher to move on accordingly now.
Yeah, beautifully done. Hametu is buying so much time. He's like saying, yo, guys, I got this.
Fellas,
I got this. I got this. Yeah. I got this. Don't worry.
Oh.
The goat ain't got nothing on me. Wait.
He's an underdog though. He's barking back.
I know. Cypher's prime, Potch. He's
Prime,
kind of
yeah.
until Cypher's primed. My God.
Amazing on Hametu's side, just waiting. I mean, he did get interviewed. He was grateful, and like he said, the translation by Nell, we got this. Gonna force out the scales. Oh, wow,
Nice.
actually able to get it, but they don't. I think, yeah, Shinami is actually working on the back gate, so
Yeah.
still
That's
waiting.
plan,
Yeah,
right?
like you said, the stalling, you know, or just priming themselves for the end game, because they know Hametu's got this.
Yeah, he's got this, man. The blonde hair, man. Come on.
Super
come on.
Saiyan Hametu. Okay, forces out a regular hit out of the cage, but not forcing anything just yet. Super Saiyan Hametu. Keeping things in check. Now we got a cage. Waiting for it. Just gets
pop
hit.
it.
Now they force it. And this is going to be, wow, already going for the exit gate as we speak. So how long can Hametu last here while they try to make a rotation to get at least a tie?
Okay,
Scale.
he has a scale to work with. No more activation. Second activation has been done. The patience by eye as well, but gotta be careful though because the last gate, the back gate has already been open. If Hametu's teleport now is gonna matter a lot. If he teleports to the front gate, he's gonna equalize the game. If he teleports to the back gate, doesn't really matter because Shinami is there. He can go for the rescue, but wait. Yeah, just trying to buy more time. They need time for Dolisu to open the front gate. Oh, going
look
to the
at
back
that.
gate!
Dungeon!
No!
And Dungeon,
No!
look at that! Oh, but he's try to go for the rescue. Wow, they actually want to get a 3-man escape. They're really going to force all the resentment out of I. And this is the
Front
winning
gate's open
spirit
too.
that ZETA has. And they're opening up a chest as well. Can he make it in time? Rescue happens now.
They're balling. Chase. Shinami's fine. He has a pocket watch to work with, so AI is definitely not going to chase him. But now Dolisu, he can be around to provide that. He has 3 wands, guys. He has 3 wands and a scale. He
The
can
magic
protect
is definitely in his
Hametu.
hands.
Hametu has all the scales in the world. He can do it. He has
Watch
flywheel
out.
too.
He
He has
does.
flywheel
Gate.
too.
Oh, it's at gate gets blocked out. Oh, but unfortunately unable to get it. That was so close. Hametu now. Okay, yeah, he has to chase out Dolisu. Okay,
Yeah, he has
he's
to.
definitely gonna.
Those is like, yeah, take my
Yeah, I
skills.
got it.
Oh my God! Just when you thought there's 3 wands to body block for 1 mini scale, 1 full scale, 1 flywheel. Hametu's like, yeah, bro, I used up my Super Saiyan powers. That's it for me.
Done.
It's
I'm
fine.
done.
Take the draw. I'm done.
I
You
passed
got this.
9,000 there with my
Power
with
level. Oh,
my
no,
skills.
Okay, the struggle.
Wait,
dungeon.
dungeon. Oh, but he's able to actually cage him off. But he's got the scales. He's got a flywheel as well. Able to get a little bit of push. Are we gonna see a scale in time? We have a flywheel as well. Hametu, he's still got the Super Saiyan in him. He flywheels too soon now.
No, but he still has a skill. He still has a skill. He still
my God!
has a skill. Hametu,
Oh, it's done.
making
Actually,
wonders.
there's no more detention. He has to
can
force
run.
another cage for him to be able to get this. He needs to block it now.
No!
Forcing it out. Gets
No,
the
he
push.
did! He did! He got it! He got it!
Uh-oh.
Does he? Oh, the mind games, the middle balls, the AI losing
Oh,
track.
my God.
Hermit too!
He has nothing left.
The god! The god! Hermit
Able
too!
to get it.
Are you gonna hit me? And that time, you gotta anticipate the hit. You gotta anticipate.
Like you said, kind of stalled it out. They made Hametu kite for as long.
Yeah, I was expecting this. Yeah, he's not gonna go with the big fours, especially when they started playing because of the amount of content out.
Well, actually, 2 borrowed times, and we got some flywheels on the board for.
All right, Alva, probably not looking to connect any ciphers yet. I mean, some Alva players, they look to just get 1 or 2 hits first before hitting someone. That's obviously one play style. But here it seems like AI is like, yeah, probably not. I'm just going to go with the standard. Connect the ciphers, slow things down, and then hopefully get someone on the charge. But look, no one's on the cipher yet. So they're like, yeah, we don't really want to touch any ciphers just yet. And the corner is going to be that first one to start decoding.
Look at that. Shinami hiding skills. Unable to peek that corner from the spot out Shinami. So Shinami crouching accordingly, just giving that tinnitus. Know that there's a red light in the area. So let's see if he's actually going to start running already. So enough time being bought. It is going to get spread out. So I think also if they don't get the hits early on, what they do is they injure the survivor, then disconnect, and then go for the hit. So the backstep, unfortunately, was not there for I. Shinami's still holding on here, already used up one of his elbow pads. But in this walled area, he's going to try to buy enough time for him not to get that Eye of Sauron dunk.
Exactly. Honestly, I don't know why their heart rates are so high, especially since they're just decoding.
It's intense.
Whoa! Oh, nice! That's 60% damage hit onto Shinami. One more hit, and that's gonna do it for Shinami, actually.
True.
So, but no blink, so you gotta mind you though. That's gonna be the last elbow pad being used. Shinami has already receiving a love letter from the postman. See, that's why we need the postman, right? So
that's why you got to send love letters out, guys. Oh, unfortunately, I tried to go for that pallet hit. He wasn't there. Now the blue charge, he can share damage. So this is going to keep the kite even longer, but no more abilities for Shinami to work with. Ciphers are going to start popping. Actually, 2 ciphers are almost done. So Shinami's got to be very careful. He's going to share the damage with the Antiquarian and Postman. We are going to see the prolonging of this kite. So still the standard Hermit plays.
Yeah, standard Hermit plays. Just trying to get everyone down as much as possible. Blue charge, Shinami. Obviously, they are not going to change the charge anymore. They're just going to let Shinami down at this point. Shinami down for the count. But damage has been done on the side of the survivors. 3 ciphers kite, even with all ciphers connected. Watch.
Yeah.
That's actually impressive.
Yeah, they definitely got those perfect calibrations going on, and they really made sure to not let Shinami's kite go in vain, because he is the sole, I don't know, their airplanist can go for the rescue. And note that airplanist did not get a charge hit, so he can come for a clean rescue. But you got to be careful here. Last 2 ciphers are going to be worked on. I just trying to get the charge here.
Okay.
Gets the hit, actually shares it with the Antiquarian. So Mercenary back on his feet.
Back on his feet, running away. Shinami doesn't mind even if he goes down here. That's going to be a 60% damage. So Shinami's going to go down right after this. Doesn't matter. Last effort's going to help him get a little bit further away. Shinami is really just, oh my god. Is this a sign of panic here? Shinami just decides to take the charge. He's like, oh, you missed? Well, let me help you there, sir. Let me help you.
Don't worry. I got you. Don't worry. It's okay. It's we are going to see now. I believe Hametu is going to try to make his way into the mix, but Antiquarian has received some significant damage here. What's funny is the one on the rocket chair is the one with the lowest heart rate. Like, okay, I'm just chilling. You guys rescue me. There's no pressure on me.
Why is the person kiting with such low heart rate and the person decoding? It's so much pressure decoding. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, it's wild. Okay, gets the shove and now gets a clean rescue, and also tries to get the silence and gets it off. Hametu, another great play on his side, forcing out a blink. But the down could happen, but no. Tried to go for, okay, buying enough time here. Gets the dunk. Can he make it in time? Gets the hit, but it distributes damage. Last cipher being worked on here now.
Oh my god, it's going so fast. It makes you wonder, is there really a Hermit in this game? Because Shinami is not down for the count. He still has borrowed time, especially when ciphers are down. pop the cipher, go, and it's going up. Four-man endgame, Zeta Division running around. AI, he's thinking, who should I chase? What should I do? I don't know. 4 of them running around. I guess I'll go with Dolisu.
Change the prompt.
No.
Oh no,
Okay.
the AI unfortunately unable to get the down because Hermit, they distribute the damage and slowly but surely exit gates are opening. But as he called out, 4-man end game is no joke even for AI here that has trump card, but he's already used up his blink. Dolisu flywheeling away, able to actually get enough distance here, but no, unfortunately falls down here. The postman, oh no, doesn't even get the dungeon.
The martyr. But it doesn't really matter because both gates have been open. And look at this game, 5 minutes 20 seconds down. Yeah, that we've seen players done that before. We've seen and Salty have the mobility, right? So I think Peter is just confident.
It's just that first chase is gonna have to be very good.
Like he always goes with meta.
Borrowed time. So last stand for UD, or can they push for game number 3? We're gonna find out in just a bit. That's Nello Mello. I'm Pod Spice. We're your commentators for this matchup.
Yeah, Ivy trying to find that first optimal target. Moving towards the middle, spots out 1127. Acrobat, trust me, is not the best first chase target, but he's gonna look for that secondary target. Probably tries to blindside 1127 a little bit. Probably spawns an Ostrakon when needed, but Ego seems to be the target for now. Ego bring down the pallet preemptively. Ostrakon has been employed at this vicinity. Ego still trying to make that kite work. Trying to kite a little bit more. Oh, Ego!
Wow.
First one, but the second one's gonna connect. Third one has missed, but he's gonna get that in time. This arm went off.
It did, and also the exchange was in favor of Ivy. So just the patience, let's eat one hit, and you kind of forced out 3/4 of the stick. So this stick is going to be used for either a slight stun or just the continuous mobility. Considering that Blink is going to be used, just needs one more hit onto Ego to get the down here. So can he force out the Blink attempt? We're going to see a flip over. Unfortunate Terror Shock just to get so much pressure. And I'm not sure if he was able to get that flip over, but I mean, he got the down, and that's all Peter wants to do ultimately.
Yeah, the adrenaline as well, the heart rate by the survivors. Everyone's triple digits. It feels like they are just so stressful decoding at this point, right? Because 2.5 ciphers being done is actually not too bad for UD. But what's crucial is what happens after this. Soul's can come in for the rescue. Let's see if he makes it.
I'm waiting for the corruptions to build up. No spray scare here, but build some distance. So
what?
Did
Did he forget to turn off his elbow pad?
Oh
my God,
that's gonna be quite unfortunate if that's the case now. But yeah, quite questionable here. So now they have to go for a full rescue. Just buying time. That's the only caveat, right? But Antiquarian's on his last chair, so even if Xyang can come for that rescue, it's now or never for Soul. So that was a bit unfortunate. Peter, can't even make it in time.
No,
gets the scare. Oh no, gets the hit. Able to actually rescue. So that's actually really good. He's gonna have to try and body block, but it's not gonna happen. So Ego is just gonna drag the and then the last effort's gonna pop. So last two ciphers though.
Yeah, I probably have to look at it again after this. Yeah, I think he definitely misplayed that.
Unfortunate, yeah.
It's very unfortunate. The body block's not going to happen simply for the reason that Antiquarian has no more resources to work with, and they need Merc up and alive away just to finish off the ciphers as well. So as you can see, 2 ciphers are not even past the half point, and if history can... If you can learn anything from history, you need more. You need more survivors up and alive and running, more progress in order to at least get more survivors out in the late game. Yeah. Because even with 2-3 survivors up in the late game running, Ivy can still dwindle you down to the very last person. So this is looking scary for UD.
Yeah, and considering Peter just needs to tie it and they move on. So
Yeah.
it's really pressure is on the side of UD, and people in the chat also like, oh yeah, it happens to if it happens to these players, definitely happens to us as well. So that was the case. They need to kind of pick up the pieces from here. So Sol, unfortunately, 80% corruption just gets
Mm.
hit in time and not even going to build that much distance because 100% is going to happen. So yeah, it's going to be tough. He's just going to have to focus on the Sol, and that is going to be the victory on Zeta Division for this entire game.
True. I think at this point, right, Yudi is probably thinking, yeah, what can we do here? And even if whatever we can do here, does it really matter? Because Peter has absolute control of the entire map. And look at the positioning of the two remaining survivors. Xian is in the vicinity, but last cipher not even done. So gets him done here, goes for the hit again. Soul's gonna go down again. Look, Peter doesn't even care about the two remaining survivors. His objective is just dwindle all resources, get everyone to half health, and then that's where he goes in for the kill.
Yeah, distributed damage, a lot of pressure onto the map. Yeah, Peter wants to not just settle on his laurels with that tie. Allows the rescue to happen because, yeah, the tide turner was in effect, so it's no use chasing because 15 seconds up. So now he can go for a down onto either of these survivors. We're going to see Peter now really use the Ostracan areas just to make sure he's patrolling around this area. But it's going to be hard for UD to kind of bounce back from this considering how much pressure is on them. Looking at the inventory, we do see that Mercenary did pick up Syringe. So that could give a sign of life here, but it's going to be a little harder because now all the cipher, one cipher is primed, the other one is stuck at 50%, and you still got endgame to worry about.
Yeah, endgame is definitely going to be really scary for UD, the underdogs right here, because Ivy, late game, tremendous pressure. And with Peter on it as well, it's a very strong it's a very strong premonition that he can go for the 4K here. Aeroplane is surviving by just 1% off from going 100%. Otherwise, that's going to be a down, honestly.
Yeah. You got to be very careful. You can't look. No look back gaming here, just like how we play now. But Flywheel just to transition away. The blink is going to down the aeroplanist. And they did open up the last cipher. Well, I mean, all ciphers here are touched. So I like how they're building up backups. But the fact that Peter was able to put so much pressure in the mid game really explains how this matchup is going. Two ciphers already primed, by the way. But the win condition of Peter still remains. He just needs a tie, and they already win.
Yeah, but he knows that the action is going to be happening, right? Because if UD wants to survive and go to round number 3, they gotta get this rescue up, and they did. Xian's gonna be rescued. Soul's gonna be going away. Has to be really careful though. That's his last chair. But he decides to pursue the acrobat instead, so probably prioritizing ciphers a little bit at this point.
Yeah, so this is actually a good moment for the team to actually open up another cipher, but Saul's gonna get caught out in the open here, and Saul, Mercenary has already used up the syringe. Still kind of a tense situation. We just have to cross the bridge when we get there when it comes to endgame, but I think moral victory for UD is that they want to at least get some escapes and not give the 4K to Peter. You see, he's already recalled the ghost, and now he's trying to patrol this area over at Sandbags, which is kind of moving along. They're opening up items and trying to figure out if they can get more resources towards endgame, which is super important up against an Ivy. But I mean, detention here is going to be a factor, and also considering that trump card has not been used just yet. Oh, actually, yeah, detention's still a factor.
It's still a factor for sure.
No this trump card
game. Yeah, it's just a full-on build 9-6 blink. Coming in 1127 right here. Gonna try and use that last bomb. Already 100%. It's gonna go down. That wax gonna bring him down to the ground. Peter, one person on the chair again, and he's just gonna keep doing this until everyone ends up on the chair. Look at the two remaining survivors. They're so far away, and Soul saying, "What is wrong with my life? I'm decoding here," and he has to leave the cipher. He has to come in for the rescue, which is very unfortunate. Last cipher's almost done, so maybe they're banking on forcing the cipher, but Xian's not even done with the cipher. 58% or 66.
This is where, yeah, they're forcing and gets a down onto the mercenary too, because everyone's kind of injured. And now all he has to do is get a double down. Actually, not even that. Just kind of force the ghost onto.
Ooh.
Wow, and the blink was ready in time. Fortunately, Aeroplanist isn't going to pop the Cypher in time. Peter could actually get the victory conditions, which is get the 2-man elimination. And then the cherry on top is to get that 4-man elimination.
Yeah, he can just teleport at this point. He knows that the Masonry is still on the floor. Has an exit path though, so he can definitely stand up even if he wants to.
Oh, the pop for the mercenary to
yeah.
stand up here. So now he just needs to defend, but the tension in the air is going to be a little tough. Mercenary can't tank that hit anymore. So we are going to see him actually try to patrol towards the middle part of this map. So never say die attitude on UD's side. So Peter's still in control, or trying to control up this match. Again, he just needs one more survivor down for him to be able to get the victory condition, and he gets that. Tied game means Zeta wins. Can they get one more out though? UD just wants to get that moral victory, but Soul eating that hit towards the tail end of it.
Beautifully done as well. The side step into a moonwalk, into a hit from the side. That angle, getting the Terra Shock, and not forgetting Xyang, that last person standing, 99% again. Peter hiding the red light, going for the win. That's a 4-man elimination by Zeta Peter right there. Very, very convincing win, honestly.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the 3-1 was actually uncharacteristic, but yeah, I think he was just surprised with how well UD prepared for him, and they did really well. Kudos to them giving them a fight, but Zeta are the top dogs. They are the favored ones to win this matchup and win possibly the entire IVS championship. So congratulations to Zeta Division for them to be able to move on in this tournament. UD still has a second chance of life at the lower bracket, so still keep rooting for them and still keep cheering them on, chat.
Yeah, keep cheering on for them indeed, because they do have but it's really hard because even if the band picks itself, it's already a problem. But there you have it. Let's go. Big guns. Especially in this kind of situation. Introducing RC, that's Fuku, and of course, Alf being the new addition to the team. Follow
an amazing job as the hunter. Seems like we're going to Ever Sleeping Town in our first.
Life is going to be a nightmare for BaiLu, but he can rectify this.
The one that is more viable. So it seems like a cross-shaped.
So here is the same thing for our rejects. Pulling out all the big guns. Tough.
All right, so now let's see who the first target's going to be, making a complete left, trying to go for that Rowley at the center of this map, building up that resentment. Rowley already making his way towards the second story, dropping down right away. Note that Rowley is the professor, so he can provide enough time and kite inside the caged area because he does have the scales he can work with here. And also, he did bring a kiting build. So the flywheel's not ready just yet.
Nice.
Actually just opts for the scale hit there. So did not get any injuries, but now this is where the cages come in.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to go back and forth. Trying to break that mirror at the same time. Going through the window is going to buy a little bit more time for him. BaiLu's going to actually not get the full hit.
Yeah.
That's only going to be a chip damage onto Rowley. So that's already a very good start. Not to mention, Rowley's going to have access to flywheel very, very soon. Oh,
true. Oh, but a drop down here is going to give him enough damage. Gotta be careful, that trap. We didn't do our predictions, Nell, of the tram hit. So luckily no one got hit just yet. BaiLu still has one more hit left in him, and especially in the caged area. Rowley using the flywheel a little early, and now the down is registered.
Yeah, at this level, it's so hard to bait, right? It's so hard to bait. Bait the flywheel, hard to bait. Oh, wait a minute, Archer! That's the Archer factor coming in. It's so good here on P. Let's see if he'll be able to do it. Okay, it's been reduced all the way down to 0%. Let's see if that second arrow is gonna help a little bit more. Rowley's gonna be picked up as the cage is gonna deter a little bit more. Oh no, the harm coming in. He's gonna just put it down a little bit more. And look at the time being bought. Look at the time being bought. 2.5 ciphers while all of that's happening.
And I like this because this just eats up the resentment of the Goatman. So Unp's presence here just bought so much time, like you said. He's going to eat that hit. It's not even a caged hit, so it's totally fine. And Unp can kind of go for a rescue and also go for the support. He's going to just have that registered hit. It's totally fine because there's no cage that he can work with. Unpi now has the attention of BaiLu.
Nice.
Flywheels. And goes for the backstep.
Wow, what a beautiful play right there. He's like, yeah, I know you want to deal chip damage to me, but nope. And that is so crucial, right? Because that chip damage is going to matter so much in the later game. But Unpi doesn't matter anymore, even if you're only at 25% hit, because that Terror Shock's going to bring you down. Unpi is going to be the one on the chair right now, Poch.
Yeah, so, I mean, job well done. He was able to actually take the attention away. And now it's the Gravekeeper's turn to kind of go for the rescue. At least they were able to play a little bit of musical chairs to buy time. Double cage here. City in big trouble. Might have to eat a regular hit, and now he's able to get it through the cage.
Oh no, the cage,
There's still enough resentment for him to actually get that last effort. Nice hit onto the archer.
Yeah, beautifully done. And that's actually really good. Because worst case scenario is City gets hit there, and it's going to be a double down situation. So that's really good. Unpi right now is going to be focused down. So that's good news for City in a way. He'll be able to go back and decode that final cipher. The last cipher is only going to be started decoding now. And Archer's already on that second chair. Has 2 more shots to work with, right? But at this point, who's going to really come for the rescue? Soba's going to be the only one right here, and no Tide Turner as well.
Yeah, so like you said, those 2 arrows really need to count. Sova, Puppeteer, can tank some hits. He's going to go into puppet form. Going to force out another cage and a swing. He's got to play it very carefully how he's going to play out his next puppet. While this is happening, 2 ciphers still remain. We get the rescue happening. Everyone is injured, so now they have to really worry. Borrowed time is going to help them out here. So let's see if Unpi drops down the pallet. He's going to draw his arrow here. Trying to go for the backstep. Oh no, he didn't actually use it yet. 2 arrows still remaining.
Okay, oh, that's gonna help him a little bit. No, the backstep doesn't really matter because BaiLu has his own backstep, and that's gonna put an end to Unpi right there. First survivor out, but look at the time Reject has bought, because while all of that's happening, last cipher is almost prime. But given everyone's injured, so this is gonna be a little bit tricky for Rejects.
Considering also there's 1 cipher they worked on. They didn't consider actually getting another cipher, and this is the pressure that Goatman brings to the table. Rowley now has to be very careful. The first target goes for actually a hit, and now able to get a bit of a stun, create a bit of separation. No, City getting caught out here, a little bit greedy. They might have to open up a new cipher.
Yeah, probably needs to, but it seems like they have their own strategy coming in. Look at Rejects. They're like, yeah, we're just gonna employ strategy. Let's all decode. Let's all decode and see who's the lucky one, right? They have to do it. 2%. Come on, guys. You can do it. Oh my god, they did it. They did it. 3 of them running amok right here, and BaiLu's like, how did this just happen, right? But it doesn't really matter because they're all so close to the Goatman right here. Every single one of them. The trap.
So close. Sova, can he get through? Forcing out a puppet. Excellent usage of that. Drops both the pallets here just for him to be able to get cut off. Oh no, double cage needs to be used here. Resentment is going to whittle down here. Sova tries to go for the scales, but BaiLu able to actually wear it out and goes for the Terror Shock.
That was very, very nicely done. Detention's not... Oh, wait. Yeah, detention's not going to really matter, right? Because he already is on half health. So, pretty good job so far, though, because the other gate is already being opened, and City is going to be at least securing that with Rowley. That's going to be a draw against BaiLu. So, decode. Give opportunity for City to decode, right?
Very rare if you think about it, with how well BaiLu was.
Right? They're just pulling all the big guns in the beginning. Like, you use up Goatman. 2 very yummy choices.
I think Dongxuan brought out Puppeteer
as well. And if the patrol is actually going to matter, because that's Poch, I'm Nello, we'll be your commentators for this second half of the first round.
The first chase is going to be very important. I think that's why they brought 3 Tide Turners, because they were estimating that, our rescuer is going to get out of the way, but at least we'll try and get something here. Wow, a surprise hit onto the first officer without the first officer using the watch. I don't think he expected that. I don't think anybody did, because he actually was chasing after someone. Then, no, let me backstep. I know someone's here. Turns out it's the first officer at the center of this map. Now he's going to use the pocket watch, a forced pocket watch, and he hasn't even caged yet.
Wow. I swear, I just saw him look at... Oh no! Oh, this is what the patrol is for! This is what the patrol is for! Oh my goodness. 1 more cage just to Measure a little bit more. Okay. And that's gonna, that was such a
Wow.
fast down. That was such a fast down. Aka,
Yeah.
he was just looking at the wall and he
He
did
was.
a no-look swing. That's the first
Uh-huh.
damage. Patroller to shut down the hypnotism.
Yeah.
Well played, sir.
Very well
played.
played. And you could tell that he practiced that opening, like it's an opening
Opening
chess
act.
move, right? At the start.
Yeah.
Had the no-look hit. Who does that?
He
It's
did,
only
he
Aka,
did.
guys.
Yeah, I know. Shelly's forced to come. Like, Shelly's like, why? What's going on here? Why? You have a watch. Use it, sir. But the patroller said no, and you cannot blame him, right? But that's going to be a free rescue. So beautifully done
is.
by Xiaodi.
Yeah, so actually it was Hua Si, I believe, yeah, that was able to get the rescue.
Oh, Hua Si,
but
sorry, my
now
bad. Yeah.
Xing H was able to actually use the pocket watch here, but just gonna provide a little more distance. He's gonna swing it once again, but it's
Oh, no, he
actually kind of
missed.
close. He's actually he didn't get the range. So
Yeah, he
now it
didn't.
seems like he's just waiting for the after image, but he knows that the after image is actually himself. So he's gonna go for the cage and try to time the hit well. But Aka, I'd say early down. Let's see if he can capitalize on it more.
Yeah. Oh no, he got the hit before the cage expired. So that's going to be the second time Sing H is going to be on the chair. Not to mention, no more pocket watches. 2 new ciphers. MRC, what are you going to do here? They are expecting a draw. They are pretty much expecting a draw. But with how things are going here, Aka has a patroller to be used very, very soon. How are you going to play this is the matter.
And that was quite unfortunate. Professor actually, oh wow, used the scales. I was gonna say had wanted order, but Xiaodin really being patient, the veteran player that he is, he's gonna try and exhaust as much time as possible. But first officer does take a little more time onto that rocket chair, so he's gonna hit him right away before he's able to get the scales up. But he passes scales along to the first officer, so a little bit of skills usage here for, or at least some survivability onto the first officer. But the cage, try to get a body block here. Aka, is he gonna swing? He's forced to actually swing, and the
Nice!
scales absorb it.
Yeah, this is beautiful, right? And Aka, because of the professor's presence, right? They are always constantly forced. Aka is constantly always forced. He's gonna be forced to change into Blink, and that's gonna bring Sing H down, and that's one survivor down. But MRC recovered so well from that. It's already 70% on the last cipher. And let me just finish my thought. It's so hard with a professor around because you're constantly forced to swing and bait that skill.
Oh.
That's gonna buy so much time.
Backstep into the swing, as you called out here, and yes, that was so much time being bought. Now they know that, I mean, center cipher here in this map is so hard, especially if you're up against the Goatman. Hua Si forced out the puppet, and now we're at the puppet form here. Let's see if he's gonna actually get the hit before the cage expires. Last cipher is at 50%, and now they really have to play this endgame very carefully, Nell, because last cipher is moving at 53%. Professor is going to be the one to just decode while Novelist comes for the rescue. No Tide Turner on their side.
No Tide Turner, and very unfortunate. They do have 2 flywheels available, right? But Nanako, honestly, he cannot be found in the middle ground because if he gets hit here, oh, beautifully done, Nanako. The only book available, but that hit's gonna register enough time for him to put a cage up. Does he have enough time? No! Nanako!
Yeah, this is going to be a little...
Nanako is gonna wait for Cypher Pop. Yeah, Nanako is gonna wait for Cypher. Right. It's gonna happen. Yep, that's gonna happen now. Waiting. Just farming some book at the process. That's gonna go down. No one's gonna go down yet. That's a 25% damage, chip damage right there. Xiaodi is just really happy priming the cipher here. So honestly, Hua Si needs to buy a little bit more resentment time. Needs to waste a little bit more time because that's 45 seconds before his trade is up online. But they're just gonna pop the cipher, Poch.
Yeah, just forcing him to break that pallet. So I think Aka is kind of forced to go for the tied game here. Nanako has already built up that book. Can he flywheel in time to get the pallets done? Able to get it. And now this actually opens up the prospect for them to rotate accordingly. But Nanako does fall here. Yeah, trump card is available, so, and there's still 17 seconds left. We have a lot of resentment to actually make the grounds to go for that exit, but I don't know if he's going to make it in time. Now 10 seconds left on to change of trait here. He's going to try and go for 2 cages.
Yeah. He already started. He started with Patroller. It's Bling. They already used up. But
Right,
now,
right, right.
oh, the trap!
Hang on.
Trap!
Oh!
Oh, the skill, the skill, the skills, the skills of Professor.
Something well desired with that tied game, and
Because how many? True or false?
okay, the Hullabaloo's, you need to get away from his stage, so he really
Things are gonna take a turn, and this is where the changes are gonna be. I mean, it can.
it's really hard because you
Yeah.
need those 3 stacks of bombs for you to be able.
We will be commentating this game for you in just a girl's favorite map.
If you squint tightly and you look at the red carpet, just a girl is just waiting for 487. But
Squint hard
we
enough.
are not there. Yeah, just like see, it's right there. But we do see that I believe it is going to be first chase on Xiao Di's side, the coordinator. So if you get the flare gun out of the way, it's going to be an easier time. Coordinator gets silence, also gets the black bomb as well. One more would do it for him to get that first injury on the board for his for the hunter side.
Yeah. Whoa. Beautiful pallet slam. No siree. Shouty. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna fight back as hard as possible. I'm hard to get. And that's exactly what Shouty's doing right here. Still has a gun to be used. But that's the first damage gonna be done. Shouty's probably gonna keep the fight around the back gate, right? Just because he doesn't want to disrupt. Oh no, double surprise coming in. That's gonna be a white ball. Has another double surprise to work with, but Xiaodi right here. Aka, trapeze, probably gonna use to catch up with it a little bit, but no, just wants to avoid that gun, honestly. Gun!
Oh my god, gets the red bomb here. Gun is still available. Cannot trade. Wants to try to go for the double surprise here. Puts up another one and right behind cover. Now, I guess the saving grace here is that Xiaodi has a rebound kite potential with that gun. So,
yeah,
all's well that ends well, I guess. But now, ciphers
well.
are looking kind of decent for the survivors.
Yeah, Nanako's coming in, has a perfume to work with. The bot's also gonna help with decoding. So this is the power of Miracle Crown, and this is the power of Aka's abnormal. My heart died.
You said it
Just
best. This
abnormal
can definitely ruin the rhythm and I'd say confidence of how MRC is going to continue on. But they faced adversity before. Now it's a little bit late for an early game here for them to kind of bounce back from this. But Mercenary is going to eat that hit. Not using up the elbow pad yet. Already spent one. Coordinator still has that gun. Got to be careful with that double surprise. Trapeze. Able to actually drop a pallet in time.
Yeah, beautifully done. And this is exactly what they need to do. Buy more time. Keep that gun as a factor, as a scare factor. Like, yo, wait a minute. Oh, no, Xiaodi! Keep the gun as a scare factor. That's what I said. Why? You lost your trump card.
I think you reminded him. Oh, right. Yeah, no, thank you. Boom. Oh, no. The trade. That is painful to see. The down and the trade-off with the flare gun. So now they have to rely on... Man, they don't even have another tide turner to work with. So I don't know if it's going to be worth the rescue here. Coordinator does stay on the rocket chair for a while.
Oh, it's worth it.
No,
it's
gets
worth
it
for them. Okay, but no sorry. No tide turner, not gonna matter much. That's just gonna be a rescue. Almost instant chair. And Xiaodi's gonna say bye-bye. That's gonna be 3v1 at this point on forward. And mind you, even with a bot, whew, that abnormal has definitely wasted so much progress on the side of MRC.
Speaking of abnormal, we have another abnormal on the board. He does not want to push for the end game because he does not have detention to work with. He does have trump card. So now he's prolonged the last 2 ciphers from moving. Accelerated decoding has happened. Mercenary is the only one that is injured, and Nanako seems to be the one for the next chase here, as he does have some perfume to work with. Try to go. Oh, he actually locked him out of his skills. No, he's able to actually break free from it, and now Nanako using the perfume. Can perfume back? Is he gonna do it? He's gonna do it.
Yeah, he's gonna do it, but one more black mark that's gonna bring 1 damage to Nanako. Another white one, a red one's gonna bring Nanako down. No last ciphers. I'm really worried about MRC right here because the ciphers are looking so slow at this point. Nanako, flywheel, but the pallet slam, that's gonna buy a little bit more time for Miracle Crown right here. But how long can you withstand this? The answer is none. Zills, nada, because Nanako's gonna go down for the count. while the cipher is almost completed, the fourth one actually.
Yeah. So, yeah, two excellent uses of that abnormal. I wonder if
Yeah.
he's going to use that trump card already, or he's going to try to abnormal the 50% cipher, because it definitely goes down, right? But the fact that Akka is far camping here is really good, because Wasi has to rotate away. He's gonna try and go for the rescue here, but this allows the last cipher to actually move. Going back and forth, you gotta love it. So inside the window to outside, patient actually receiving. Oh,
Teleport!
teleport! Nice movement here from Akka. Actually, nice stroke of decision making here, just to prolong the end game from happening.
Aka coming online with the Hullabaloo. Xyang is not gonna spare any expenses, right? He's just gonna use up that elbow pad. No more resources to work with,
Wow.
and that's gonna be one damage onto Xyang. One more red bomb. That's gonna bring him down. 2v1 at the moment. They're gonna have to buy a little bit more time to heal each other up,
Yeah.
and then the bot's like, help, mama, don't hit me. And,
Don't
yeah.
abandon me.
Please.
With just a little bit of juice left, it's still very scary to have a bot around. So I wonder if that's gonna bite them in the back towards the end game. But now he has to set up a perimeter here in this side, because that cipher is at 74%. Mercenary could still stay on the rocket chair. We're going back and forth here, but Lucky Guy eats that red mark. One more. Oh, hang on. Able to actually get the injury, and Dungeon is here now.
Yeah, this is so hard. The ciphers are gonna be touched at this point.
Oh.
But mind you though, Lucky Guy has no borrowed time, Podge. So
Right.
it doesn't really matter if he gets it up here. The kiting
Wow.
continues still. Pretty good
Yeah,
by
they
Nanako.
pop it already. So Lucky Guy, like you said, is not phased here. So it's looking like it might be a tied game here, unless he gets a fast down. Wow, Nanako buying so much time,
Nice.
staying away, but now he's gonna pick up right away. Teleport is ready for him to use. So this is gonna be very clutch. He has to teleport now once he chairs and just starts swinging for the fences here now.
Xyang is so... He's just helping to body block at this point. Beautifully done. That's gonna be a draw. No, he does not have detention. So that's a very crucial part.
If the survivors of RC are gonna change the mix, or if
BaiLu.
so trading, just looking at the survive by the airplanist, we do have broken walls by the forward centers where the
Peepers right there. RC survivors there. Second half.
IDV math. I love it. Thanks for breaking down the persona web here, Nell. BaiLu, are you making out his way towards the center of this map where Rowley is at? And Rowley, being the fire investigator here, is going to get locked out of his trait. He does have access to the window here, and BaiLu not forced to even go through that window. Note that they do want to be able to push ciphers and push for that end game. There is some borrowed time on the board, but now Peepers is going to be deployed here, so now they're going to kind of know what he's up to. A black bomb being dropped, and we are going to see a schmoove with the balloon here.
Yeah, beautifully done. And this is exactly what you want as a fire investigator, right? Make the Hullabaloo use up all the double surprise, and with the balloon, wow, BaiLu knows exactly what's up. He was already charging the attack before the balloon was even placed, but Rowley still has the balloon to work with here. So the double surprise, first one's gonna miss, still has a second one. Not really, it's still on cooldown.
Wow.
Oh, Rowley is kiting off his mind. He's like, I do not want red. Get me out of the red. Get me out of the red. No red. But very
Buying
soon,
so much.
BaiLu,
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, corner situation here. You do have a black bomb. He's trying to cut off his way towards the balloon, and
So
now
fast.
he's able to down. Yeah, that was the second hit was really fast. I mean, the first one was so delayed, but at this point, it's totally fine. They have at least 3 ciphers being worked on. One has already popped, but this is where it's hard. Fire Investigator does not have any more balloons to work with. City is going to make his way to the mix here to try and go for the rescue. But
Yeah.
let's see if we're going to see a rotation here. City does have a jetpack for him to close the distance.
beautifully done. That's gonna be a rescue done without getting any damage. Our city needs to be really careful. Has no
Wow.
jetpacks to work with. at least it's gonna be just half a damage, right? Because City will still be up and about, so that's good. But the Ford is there. Let's see if the Ford's gonna be the one to create some harassment.
Oh, trying to just buy enough time here, but Fire Investigator, one more black mark is gonna put him down. We do see that he does fall down, but Unpi being in the mix here, just constantly harassing, surveying the area, drops down the pallet, eats a white mark. Ciphers are moving, but oh my god, be very careful, Unpi. Uses the flywheel, but no, they trade the over support. Might be to the detriment of the survivors now.
This is what you're afraid of, right? Because once you use up the flywheel, and Unpi refusing to use the football at all costs.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up, man, but honestly, if you really need to prioritize keeping yourself alive. You need to, because now look what's going on. You're disrupting the middle cipher. Your teammates in the basement. You're on the floor. Decoding's gonna be stopped. Everyone's injured. Only Soba's half injured, and even then he has to go for the rescue. So this is really hard.
And he has to use up his items here. He did get that.
Nice stun.
Nice. The support here for the rescue to happen. So RC Rowley's just gonna run his way outside the mix here, and the flywheel, unfortunate, unable to get it in time. So Rowley will be sent out of this game. 3 ciphers are still working, and unfortunately I think someone missed the calibration there in the 79%, so gonna buy a little more time, but they still are focusing on one last cipher here now. The question is, can they push for more than just a tie?
One more stun!
I have it! Oh my god, the stun!
Rowley, is this the redemption by Unpi right here? Rowley refuses to go down. One more red mark's gonna do it. He's gonna pick up. Unpi's still around. 93%, 94%. The cipher's gonna be popping time. Fire Investigator has more time. Don't forget, they'll be able to come up and run. Are they gonna pop? They're just gonna pop. Oh my god, 4-man endgame. Will Rejects be able to do this against BaiLu? BaiLu's panicking. He's still trying to get him down. No one. The back gate's already being opened. What's going on?
Okay, he still has trump card. He can still teleport, but the back gate, as you said, is being open. Forward is still here. Oh no, actually no, it's not the forward. Sorry,
it's the mechanic. Half a football. It doesn't matter.
But here we go.
He half
he
a
can
football.
try to go for a stun. Oh, they separate, but RC still stays alive. Aeroplane is unfortunately unable to get the flywheel in time. He is down. He could try to crawl his way out, and now he's trying to go for a pickup. We get it down. Forward. Does it? No.
Just crawl.
Tries to buy enough time.
Just crawl! Just crawl!
Tie game here.
Okay,
drops
crawl!
down the airplane. Forward. Crawl away! Soba! Oh no! Gets the hit!
No more
balls! Drops down. Crawl! Oh, struggle free!
No, Soba's not gonna live. But Unpi City is definitely gonna live. Wait! No, don't go for the double down. Wait. Be careful.
Oh, lucky guys up! Oh my god, they get the rescue. Airplane is still crawling.
Crawl!
Unpi! Be very careful.
Unpi.
Oh, they're both out.
Crawl!
Lucky guy.
Crawl!
Yeah, if he prolonged game a little more, we wouldn't be seeing this result. Why are you here, Decode? It's like it's one or the other. It's never like it's either the map selection in Moonlit River Park. So, sorry, I'm thinking of time. I'm going up, getting hungry. Transition away from that area and loop our way back in, or
right. And with 3 flywheels, and only
the Tin Man coming into the mix here. XC means business, and Rowley immediately rotating away. He knows the assignment. He has to be able to provide enough pressure onto this hunter for them to be able to secure a really strong midway point of this game. Rowley, being the meteorologist, already used up his shake for him to get maybe a cloud push going on. Seems like 2 ciphers are moving on accordingly, and no one has put the gate here. The tram or the coaster here yet. But he's gonna use it to actually transition towards the 4th stop, using that cloud, and now forcing Xy to just rotate his way towards this 4th stop.
Yeah, he does not believe in sight. He's like, yeah, I just need to hunt you down based off scent. All right, that's gonna activate Hunt's instinct, right? So let's see if the 6 bombs is enough. Oh, trying to bait a little bit, but hey guys, don't forget, this is the Rowley from last game, Fire Investigator. You can trust that he's definitely gonna kite a lot. Ooh, XC, beautiful
push.
done. This is gonna buy a lot of time for him. Oh,
yeah, unable to get some distance,
Flywheel.
but now, yeah, doing pretty good, but he has no more bottle shakes anymore. So unfortunately, he will eat that hit. The insolence is going to give him unlock that first presence. Does have a little more wind cloud force to work with. I wonder how he's going to use this push. Might be a 3-cipher kite here now. Rowley doing an amazing job, just trying to hide the line of sight here. So XC trying to drop some bombs while he's just using this carousel to break the line of sight.
Definitely 3 ciphers kite here. Rowley's already doing such an amazing job. Oh, and the wind force gonna be pushing him away.
Oh my God.
Rowley! What a beautiful play. That's a 3 ciphers kite without any help. XC has used up his trades. They know what is up. So even if Rowley goes down here, he's like, I don't really care. I don't really care. Because you can have Rowley, it's fine. We know you don't have teleport. It's fine. It's really, really fine. Oh, Rowley!
God.
I want to go down with the
Wow. The fact that he was able to just keep dodging meant that he was not content. He wanted to continue on kiting. And you pointed it out. Him forcing trait was so crucial. No teleport anymore. Warp, honestly, was not a factor in that kite. Meteorologist, sure, does not have any more rebound kite ability, but damage has been done. Last cipher is being worked on. Soba is here for that rescue. Journalist able to actually get the flywheel.
Beautifully
Little bro.
done. Okay. Little bro! No!
Oh my God! Soba!
This is exactly what we're afraid of. And which is why CD is... No, CD! Before half! Yes, he did it! Oh my God, what a play. Okay, rescue now.
So
rescue
scary.
now. CD, just rescue now. It doesn't really matter. Wait.
That was wild, Nell. I'm still trying to reel back the effects of that because that was so fast. Just like that, XG's back in the game. 2 ciphers are still being worked on. Rowley is, yeah, it's going to be hard for him to kite out. Did he save before half? He did, right?
He did save before half. And now, Masonry has rescued Journalists. And let's just say that Journalist can still go for the rescue after this if he wants to. But honestly, I think they're just going to let Rowley go down here. Rowley, though, amazing kite so far. Like,
oh my God, Rowley does not want to go down, Nell. Oh, but he has to go down here. But my goodness, the way that he was able to provide enough time for the Journalist to be saved. And Journalist only used one of his little bros, so still has usage of that photograph, but more to drop pallets. And now we're actually seeing the last cipher being primed. We do have Warp Gate up already, and no, he's just gonna teleport straight towards this. Journalist is gonna use the little bro just to distract, but it's gonna be a little tough, allowing the rescue to happen. So now they have their pick of which cipher to work with. Journalist does fall though.
yeah, very unfortunate. Journalist is gonna fall for the second time, but at least the cipher is moving, right? City's doing a secondary cipher. XC is not out of the game yet. He can definitely still come back, and he just needs to make sure that the ciphers do not get to the prime cipher state, because that's gonna be really, really annoying. Unp, beautifully done.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah, creates that separation. Our city is also here, but now we see some bombs being dropped. Last cipher is about to pop here. We're gonna see the Journalist try and distract here.
No, nice!
Little bro coming in clutch, dropping that pallet. Note, there is no detention on the side of XC, so this is gonna be super important. Fortunate swing and a miss here, but we do see that Soba is going to try and kite this out towards the Cypher Prime here, but he can just stack everything up, able to actually get the pickup in time because Soba, unfortunately, does not have the borrowed time.
Yeah, but it's still good. It's still good for rejects because they know that XC does not have detention. That's one, and number two, the trade's probably not up yet. So they can still have a little bit of time. XC right now has 7 seconds before he can teleport to the gate. So this is gonna matter really, really much. Anti-quarry with the stick, only 1 and 2 sticks. I hope that that's gonna be the difference maker that they need.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, another one. Oh my God.
Nice.
They have the flywheel. Can they get it down? City has to be very careful. And now everyone's gonna be marching their way out of the gate.
They can get 4-man escape.
They
right? 4-manned.
Yeah,
escape.
traps and camping, it's so hard. The hooks in
It's too hard. It's the impossible task, right? But
H, and let's see if this is going to be enough. RC versus RC. That's Nello. I'm Potch Spice. Let's get into the commentary action, Nell.
and that's the Molten Hound we're talking about. Alf, wow, trying to find his first target, setting up the traps. That's honey traps, guys, in case you don't know. So looking to see. And he's gonna find Xiaodi almost instantly. That's the blood trail. And Xiaodi's gonna waste no time using the first rocket, trying to build the time, but he has to realize by now that there's already a trap blocking the entrance, which is why he's not going there. So good distance so far, but doesn't really matter. We're talking about the Gamekeeper. Oh, missing that one. That's gonna matter.
Yeah, that's true. But Xiaodi, I mean, one of the veteran survivors of this game. If anyone could like provide enough support here or provide enough time for the team, it is Xiaodi. But not wasting any time, not being conservative with the rockets at all, because he knows how fast the cooldowns of the hooks can be. Warp is gonna actually make him catch up instantly, and just like that, he is right in front of Xiaodi and gets the hook already.
Yeah, and Xiaodi knows he cannot enter through the front gate, through the front door. That's going to be a problem. Xinghish is in the vicinity though, so not sure what the game plan is. Probably trying to block a little bit, so they can reach towards the. Yo!
Oh my God! It's through the. Oh God, that was actually pinpoint knowledge there by Alf. Knew that he was going to be at that vicinity. The hitbox can go through that, and just like that, Alf has his first target on the rocket chair.
Oh my God, that hook!
Yeah.
Xinghish could have probably played that closer, like just body sticking towards where Xiaodi was going. But then again, if you block, well, you're pretty much the Gamekeeper that needs to to kite after that. But right now, the save is gonna happen anytime soon.
Okay,
that's gonna be that hit and the rescue.
And now the body block has to happen here, but Xiaodi, let's see. Oh, unable to get that hook, so we're on a 10-second cooldown here. So this could buy enough time for them to formulate a plot here, but already cutting off this is really good area. Xingh has the shovel to work with, so the rescue is going to have to happen by someone else. Xiaodi trying to transition away. We actually eat the shovel hit onto Xingh, so Xiaodi still stays alive, folks.
Staying alive, but Alf does have one more trap to work with, so he can definitely make that happen. They're playing a little bit of a mini turret right here, right? Xiaodi being covered by Xingh, but either one of them only has one. They're gonna go down after one hit, and what magical hitbox!
The control of that hitbox, you called it, Nell. One of them's gonna go down one hit, boom, right away. Yeah, you mean this hit, Nell? That's what Alf was saying.
Baseman, see ya.
Oh gosh, the pressure is being put onto MRC survivors here. Alf with a basement chair. Now they have to go for a double rescue, so they haven't worked on their last cipher just yet. Warp is available already for Alf to work with. He's gonna have Nanako forced to drop down hit. Oh, but the perfume, we're still staying alive though.
Okay. Coming in, going for the double rescue. Gravekeeper's gonna go down, pick up the Gravekeeper, and start whacking.
And Tide Turner is gonna be spent down here in the basement as well.
Yeah, waste that time. Waste that time.
Yeah. He's trying his best. Able to actually just wait. He's waiting out, but now he's gonna get the slows onto them as the crashes do happen. Nanako does have a flare gun. Another hook, but the flywheel. Gravekeeper, he's almost close to actually being recovered here. He gets the hit. Now, is he going to go for the flare gun pickup? Oh, here we go. Oh, no, he's actually hiding. And that's going to be the victory condition for Alf.
Wow, GG, well played. Alf is like, I may look buff, I may look big, but doesn't mean I'm going to walk right into your flare gun. Xingh looking to join the vicinity, joining the fate of Xiaodi, has no exit path. Nanako's already down. MRC knows they already lost, right? Because 1K was all that Alf needed.
Yeah, and I think that was pretty masterful for him to like sidestep the gun right behind the vicinity, and they wasn't able to even get the flare gun to go off. So now Alf just playing to his tie condition here. He's already got the victory, but now Nanako is the one that will be chased at the end here. is going to get that pocket watch off, and he also does have a flare gun to work with. But detention GameKeeper is a different story. We are going to see a rescue attempt on the side of the aeroplanist. He does make his way towards the 2-story area. Look at this. Just at this point, flare gun's going to get used. And now Nanako, I mean, you got to give it up to MRC survivors, right? They want to fight till the very end and try and get at least a moral victory to get a tied game going.
Yeah, stop playing with my heart. Stop hooking into me. And one flare gun's gonna put a stop to all that. But now Alf is gonna continue the barrage. It's like, yeah, let me train my fishing skills.
Oh my god, yeah, just... And now he's actually able to use trap cards to try and stop the exit gate from opening. But exit gate hasn't been used just yet. Oh, it's starting to move just now. We do see that the aeroplanist is here for a potential rescue. So I wonder if Alf is gonna... Yeah, he's just gonna patrol around the area before using up the teleport. He's already switched to it as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's already achieved the minimum requirement, so I guess he doesn't really mind anymore at this point.
Yeah.
But the gate's gonna be open by Gravekeeper. He's gonna be like, yeah, okay. Oh, I thought that was gonna hit for a moment.
That was close.
Super close. But now I was like, yeah, let me just get back to where the chair is. Huasi's coming in for the rescue. Huasi's like, yeah, no way I'm gonna jeopardize my almost maxed out stats. Let me just get one rescue, sir. Just let me do that.
Okay, airplane.
Okay. Oh my god! If that
wow, sidestepping. That was really crucial. Still, detention is up for a minute, and they do have the coaster to work with. Oh, but Nanako is going to be left behind here, so this is actually a little scary. Gets the hook once again. The change of elevations, but the fly, he's cornered. So that's going to be an elimination onto the lucky guy, and Huasi can go for that dungeon escape.
True. He's like, yeah, I've already rescued him. My stats are leveled up. Let me in. But what if Alf decides to not chair?
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's gonna do that.
He's gonna chair.
Or he could have just trapped the dungeon too, or like trapped close by. Can he make it?
Can you do it? So guys, do join us in congratulating. Beautifully done as well. But Rejects has gotten the best out of them.
And before we wrap things up, we're gonna reward
no longer on the roster, and we do have Shadow joining UPDG, and he wasn't played, so we don't see a. That will be interesting to see as he's the new.
You actually rarely see Lakeside Village being chosen out first, but like it's as we've seen as well.
Aquarian, as when she gets the stun, she will also accumulate wax, so that may be.
First officer closely towards that broken raft, as we see as well. Possible so early game can be as slow as as slow and stable just for a sprint.
And it looks like he will be spawning in Corfield, and he's making his way towards Shack, where he will be running into his first survivor, Yuan. He's already transitioning around, and the hunter is going to be utilizing that wax to block off this window. The basement is not in this area. He's trying to catch him off guard. He's going to go through that window and try to meet him on the outside of Shack.
Oh, Yuan kind of fell for that mind game there a little bit, but we still do have a mini shell shock here to actually get rid of the stuns. We just have to see how well Yuan does this. He's 2 chances right now. Sprintzer, we're trying to do as much as possible, but actually did land there just about on time as well. However, the first hit will still land pretty fast to Yuan. That failed mind game towards the back of Shack was a little bit unfortunate, but Sprintzer is such a brilliant first hit as the wax artist.
Seems like the survivors were caught off guard and is able to get the 100% wax and down his first survivor. Look at the Cypher progress. They barely have any. It's like 30, 40, 40. It's incredibly fast down for the side of this wax artist.
There is a potential that Mini Blue might actually not come into a rescue. We can still sell up against the Waxers, and especially in Lakeside Village as well. These big ROPs do quite a number up against Sprintzer too, but with the pocket watch there being popped out there a little bit early on as well, it's a little bit risky here because we can still get the 100 stacks of wax, and if we do try to go in now, you're gonna get an after half rescue and force rescue instead. So Mini Blue deciding to retreat back a little bit, it is the best choice out of it all.
And he has just utilized his second ring, and he can utilize his pocket watch one more time. He isn't able to get the hit onto the first officer quite yet. He's slowly making his way to the chair. His pocket watch is slowly running out. He needs to start making his way. Is going to be taking the hit and getting the rescue off onto this professor.
It's okay, Professor still has Flywheel left in our hands to use, so we can drop down the pallet here just about on time. Yes, the pallet will be broken, but it's still okay. Flywheel, mini Shell Shock, we have so much here left to use. As Sprintzer still trying to play mind games here for as long as we can, but Shell Shock should come out first as this is the safest option. There we go, that's brilliantly done. We can Shell Shock maybe one more time, so Flywheel came out here instead. It's a Terror Shock from the side of Sprintzer, which allows him to get that 100% max presence. But even so, 2.5 Cypher Machines done, not bad, even after such a bad early containment from the Professor.
Exactly, it was an after half rescue, so the first survivor is already sent back to the manor. He's looking for his next target, and he's at full presence with that Terror Shock. The Flywheel, but he was patient and he waited a second and then he swung and was able to get that wax onto that survivor. It looks like he's making his way to Big Boat, where he will be running into one of the survivors. Haven't been able to see who it is. Adi.
Yeah, it seems like it's Adi here as the Puppeteer as well. Puppeteer with just a Titaner here, though. Puppeteer is kind of the worst character when it comes to containing up against the wax artist, just because of the stun duration. And of course, if you time it properly, you won't actually be able to get much from this. But it seems like we're going to be able to double the hit here instantly as well. No mini Flywheel from the side of Puppeteer, unfortunately speaking here, as we still do have Warp. Kind of dropped down there a little bit. I think that was a mistake from the side of Adi.
And it looks like he's trying to hide behind these little boats so that he can avoid the wax building up. Hunter's going to also stop that Cypher Machine in the middle from being decoded by that Antiquarian. Adi's just trying to transition to a better area. He has 2 pallets here to work with, but when you throw down this pallet, you'll also be eating a lot of wax. Hunter's closing the distance, and he's just continuously looping this area while in his puppet form.
Yeah, for Puppeteer right now, I think the best case scenario here is if we can get it stunned to gain that full max 100 stacks, it would be for the best. But right now, Sprintzer, very beautiful stun there, just about on time. We're able to see almost 4 Cypher Machines done, but Shadow Cypher Machine will be locked here just one more time. Anti-Current Cypher at 96, which is very unfortunate, and she has to be the one that comes into rescue.
The very scary thing about Wax Artist is he can just block off those Cypher Machines. They're still lacking on that last Cypher Machine. It's the first chair for this Puppeteer. First officer's at half health, so Shadow's the only person who's going to be able to get this rescue, but Hunter is pressuring him. Now only one person's decoding. They were able to finish that shore Cypher Machine, but they need to also push this middle Cypher Machine where the Hunter chaired this Puppeteer, so things are getting a little bit complicated. Looks like Mini Blue is trying to attempt the backdoor rescue.
If they want to go for the one-man escape, they could leave Puppeteer here by themselves, but the Warp and Teleport is still available to use. Sprintzer has yet to use any traits. Mini Blue trying to come in for maybe a potential backdoor rescue. But even if you do manage to get it, Sprintzer does have Hot Wax. He can normally hit up against Puppeteer, so I would say for Puppeteer here, yes, that Lil Lewis will have to come out a little bit early, but Hot Wax would be more than enough, but it doesn't seem like we're waiting to consume it here just yet. As the normal hit here will register first. It seems like we're able to at least get away from the most crucial area as we're able to get, towards these 2 double pallets near Broken Hush.
It looks like he will be taking him down while throwing down this pallet. He was rescued after half, so another survivor is sent back to the manor. They're starting to end Cypher Machines. Not a lot of progress at the moment. However, Antiquarian still has full health, so it's definitely something they could work with. He's going to teleport to the big boat Cypher Machine, and now his next target seems to be Shadow.
The good thing about FT is they're really good at getting one-man escapes, especially when it comes to clutching up against that one-man escape. We see here as well, right? First officer, 1 pocket watch, they're already being consumed as well. So overall, for this point, it is flying a beautiful flywheel from Shadow, by the way. That has to be the biggest highlight, because if that landed, 1 hot wax, and it will be an immediate hit down afterwards too. Shadow, once again, it's going to be a long loop here towards these windows area, but a very, very, very nice flip straight towards the pallet. And this containment allowed us to get 75% Cypher Machine done.
Wonderful containment, as you've mentioned, on this Antiquarian. She's utilizing her stick to the greatest ability, and it looks like the Hunter is afraid to getting stunned, so he's been continuously keeping his distance, but he hasn't been able to accumulate that wax, so he's becoming much more aggressive here. He knows that the Cypher Machines are being primed up, and it looks like he's trying to get some hits onto this, but she's able to get this vault. She wants to eat this hit so that she can prepare for this endgame situation. They do all have borrowed time, and the Cyphers are primed.
Yeah, for Sprintzer here, yes, we're locking the window first, but it seems like we're actually waiting for Teleport to be ready as well. Shadow, that's a very nice speed boost here from the spin as well. Now what we can do is we can start disarming this Waxer as much as we can, as we do see as well. First officer, backing open that pocket watch here just to get towards the gate, as it's starting to be decoded right now. Even for Sprintzer here, even if you can share Shadow, it doesn't matter. 16 seconds isn't enough time to teleport towards that first officer. It's just not enough. Even with a block box from this area, it's just too far, and we can actually congratulate FT here for that beautiful one-man escape. 4 seconds left until teleport is ready, and FT once again denying that 4-man elimination.
We'll be looking at the match stats. We can see that FT Shadow he was able to still get a hit through that window. So first survivor was.
That just means next round it's going to be a lot harder to go up against.
And the Professor on Big Boat. What do you think about the Hunter spawn point? Have the personas for the side of this Goatman. He's going to be bringing Blink.
You can kite him past that 60-second mark. But once again, this will be IVS 2025 Day 1, Match 3, Game 1, second half, between FT versus B4U.
And the Hunter is heading right towards green as his first chase. It is going to be the Puppeteer. He's already made his way around Shaq. He's not going to be waiting inside of Shaq. Hunter needs to set up this cage, but needs to have vision on the survivor to make sure he gets him in the optimate angles. And it looks like he is able to cage him for the first time.
And we do see as well, right, Green be able to get past that pallet too. It's very nicely done here. But like once again, right, these item consumptions are going to be so fast. Xyang still has 50 stacks of resentment here to use as well. And yes, the cage wasn't really the most optimal one out of it all, but like Green here still will be forced to use Dash Little Lewis here one more time. We see by the time that Green actually gets back his items, he's now stuck in this window. No vaulting will be doable, and that normal hit is already registered 53 seconds into this game, and we have another cage.
We have a lot of damage stacked up onto this Puppeteer. He's waiting behind this pallet, having some kind of buffer zone between him and the Hunter. Oh, blink down and immediately getting rid of him. Didn't even need to utilize this cage. The first survivor is down. It's looking like a pretty early down, but we do also have the Explorer, so we do have more progress than what's actually shown on the screen.
However, Roland being forced to rescue really early on here as well. It's not the worst case scenario because you are playing first officer, thankfully speaking, but once again, we can't forget it's a Puppeteer that went down really fast. We still have 3 more tide turners left to use, including first officers as well. The question now is, can we force the earlier rescue? Yes, we can, and that will be headed on towards no one, as we're kind of confused where that FO is.
I mean, with his ability to get another image of he rescues the survivor and looks just like first officer, you can get confused, and it looks like he will be finally finding Green and is trying to cage him once again. He's hiding behind this windmill, trying to transition to a better place, and he is not caged. He has to utilize yet another cage to try and down this Puppeteer once again.
It's pretty unfortunate from the side of Xyang here, I'll be honest with you, because we could have landed the first hit right before Anting is ready. We see Schmitty as well being very closely nearby. However, one more cage here will probably be more than enough to actually get Green down. We don't really have much more item left to use, but it's Schmitty who is actually nearby to get rid of the cages. So now the containment time is even longer as Xyang being forced to break these pallets. It's almost 3.5 Cypher machines done. That Explorer coming in here to break the cage quietly is insane from the side of B4U.
He's going to utilize his cage to cut off Green from transitioning away, is able to finally down this Puppeteer, and we will be able to cheer him for the second time. He was rescued before half. We see Professor does have one in order, and Roland is slowly feeding Tinnitus and making his way towards this chair.
The only kind of big issue now is because we didn't get a hit on towards first officer earlier on. Now the question being, he's able to come in to rescue again. Explorer can get another page here. He's about to finish his second page, so the third page will be pretty close nearby as well, within that 70-meter range. But for Roland here, you have to get hit no matter what, because you don't want him to body block. That's gonna be no damage actually here one more time, and a beautiful body block from the side of first officer. First officer can still stay close nearby right after he finishes that 98% Cypher machine. This isn't looking good for Xyang.
The good thing about Puppeteer is even if he's not rescued with Tide Turner, he has another puppet to utilize that can tank another hit. He's going to utilize his puppet while inside of this cage, trying to buy a little more time. We have 4 Cypher machines have been completed. They just need to have that last Cypher machine. Ooh, wonderful pallet stun with a 50% page. So things are looking incredibly good for the side of the survivors.
And the body blocks and the cage breaking, just because first officer is also nearby here too. The Cypher machine is actually about to be done on time. It is going to be soon as well, as we see here, right? First officer forcing the heal there. That's what we need in this scenario. But now the question here being, the Cypher machine is more than enough. We even tank the chair shock hit. It doesn't matter. Cypher machine is going to be primed here just about on time as well. Puppeteer being on the way out. Xyang has quite a lot of cages here to use, but it wasn't placed down properly. Very nice teleportation over from the gate here from the side of green too, as now we're finally going to be able to get the gate down. But the gate is at 50% and we've no teleport ready.
Right, we just utilized that blink to down that Puppeteer for the second time. He was able to down this Puppeteer, but the exit gate's already open. 3 survivors are already at this gate, and that's a 3-man escape for the B4U survivivors.
This is brilliant.
All the survivors had Tide Turner, but they only used the one Tide Turner.
And their per map and hunter is a wax artist. important, of course, for game 2, our map selections band here. So Lakeside will be permanent banned as it was.
And a different harasser, potential harasser for the next rounds if just not sure which survivor is a better.
We see Titaner on the Gravekeeper as well, and Knee-Jerk Reflex and Flywheel. Alrighty, Sprintzer can take this game home in 2. If we get a 4-1 elimination here, it will be not the end just yet, because Xyang has to get a 4-1 elimination as well, but it's easier for survivors to 1-man escape rather than anything else. Double pallets here, E-middle has been dropped down, as Mini Blue will be forced out of this area here too. However, no pallets dropped down near this side, which is a little bit unfortunate, but at least the good news is, it is a Gravekeeper first chase, so everyone else can decode really fast, and we missed that Shadow Leap.
So it looks like he will be able to take the first hit out of his grave shovel, but it looks like she's lost some distance. He's able to make it to Fake Gate, is able to throw down these double pallets, which allows him to utilize his shovels. Hunter is just going to go ahead and break it so that he can't loop this area, and he has 1 shovel left to utilize. Hunter's going to break it. He's going to have to transition away.
Yeah, and like, it's from the side as well. Now Sprintzer is kind of like, we're not missing too much Shadow Leaps, but from the side of Mini Blue, we're able to contain 50 seconds for free, but we got stuck while trying to get in between the pads as we were looking back here, but it's okay. Another shovel on our hands to use. We can still dash out straight towards the window the moment that pallet has been broken, so it's okay. We're still at relatively, you know, a good enough area to be in. Blink is ready on our hands to use as well. Sprintzer will force this other hit out as we're forcing this Gravekeeper to go back towards balcony.
He has no more items left. Hunter is catching up. There are no pallets. There is 1 pallet left there and will not be able to make it. Will be going down for the first time. However, Cypher progress is looking incredibly good, especially against an opera singer. Opera singers do tend to go after their stable rescuers so that tide turner is not available and survivors will have a harder time rescuing. But 3 Cypher machines are almost completed. He did use quite a lot of time, is able to get the hit onto the meteorologist with that blink.
That's a beautiful blink from Sprintzer, so this just means that Meteor might have to self-heal herself with Rain Cloud. However, Addy does have an extra Tide Turner on her hands to use as well, so this 8 seconds might just end up us using 2 little Lewises here inside. We have to be very careful here, don't want to get terror shocked, but no, normal hit here will land instead, as now all survivors will need to rotate out. You see Meteorologist there as well with Rain Clouds here. We want Addy to come nearby as Gravekeeper. That red circle will pop out here finally.
We did see that the survivor was decoding that graveyard Cypher machine, but now that it's finished, the Gravekeeper will go into graveyard and die there, so he's away from all the survivors on all of their Cypher machines, and with the help of Tide Turner, he was able to make it there. However, the basement is in graveyard, and it looks like he does want to get that chair, take advantage of the situation.
In this scenario, we see Aeroplanets already being close and nearby as well, but for Yuan, no rescue should be doable here. It's preferably speaking not to rescue in this scenario, but I would say we're not at the best spot because it's very easy for Sprintzer to kind of know which direction you're in. So next chase here right after rescue will be really fast too. We see Shadow here healing themselves as a meteorologist, as Yuan closer nearby right now. We have to be very careful here as if we do get spotted out, it'll be a long day. It's a Shadow Dance back here for Sprintzer, a very safe and stable play. But once again, Adi is a quarter health left, so this is going to be really hard here. The moment teleport is ready, we might not be able to see a 3-man endgame.
And it looks like the Hunter's next target is going to be Yuan as the aeroplanist. He has a lot of items. Oh, will not be able to get that window vault and will be eating the first hit. 2 survivors have injury. The only full health survivor is the meteorologist. Looks like the Hunter just wanted to take a hit and change targets and go pressure those Cypher machines.
Oh, but we can't get towards that 98% Cypher machine anymore, even with teleport ready, so at least Adi is least safe for now. However, Shadow, the only one at currently now half health. We have a pushback, we decided not to use it, but the flywheel was consumed a tiny bit too early. Now the survivors need to meet them and heal, but they only need to heal once, and both of them can get healed at the same time. That's the nice thing about Puppeteer. It's a double-edged sword when it comes to healing, but at least you both can't get healed and it counters single-hit hunters, and a beautiful win from the side of our Meteor.
Shadow buying enough time for the teammates to... Oh, Terror Shock at this window vault is able to down this meteorologist for the first time. Last Cypher machine still at 53%. Looks like the dungeon is also spawned near the Fake Gate area, and he will be chairing the meteorologist for the first time.
But the Cypher machine at 53% here will hurt the most. We're gonna get maybe Adi to come into rescue as he's going straight behind a graveyard right now. We're trying to maybe find a route in. It's gonna take a real long route, but it is still definitely very doable too. Yuan's finally started decoding that Cypher machine. We might go for an after half rescue. But for Sprintzer here, you really can't leave the chair here just yet. Adi's on his way in as Puppeteer, but you've only 1 little Lewis here to use, and it's a completely new Cypher machine that's now being decoded.
They are, yeah, starting a new Cypher machine because he was chaired near the 53% Cypher machine. It looks like Hunter is going to pressure the Cypher machine and allow that backdoor rescue. It is going to be an after half rescue. He's going to go right back to his remnant and guard this chair once again, catching the survivors off guard, so kind of wasting both the survivors' time. It looks like he's caught the trails of Adi, who is the puppeteer. He can utilize his puppets to still take this hit and get this rescue, so it's definitely possible. And he's finally made his way to the chair to get this rescue onto the meteorologist. Gonna get immediate rescue, but immediate down onto the meteorologist. This is gonna be her last chair, so she will also be returning right back to the manor.
Yeah, because like now our issue is just teleport ready for Yuan. We can go for Yuan here immediately if we want to as well. No borrow time on the side of our aeroplanes right now. We flywheel though, however. Can't flywheel maybe get past this pallet. We didn't really drop in the pallet here, so that's good pallet mind game from the side of Yuan. But right now we've hovered ready. We're going to get out from this area ASAP. As now Cypher Machine currently at 60% for Puppeteer here, thankfully speaking. Yuan be able to tank that pressure is nice. However, with a 2-man endgame here, 1-man escape probably is the best we can do, as there's no items left both on that Puppeteer and on that aeroplane. As we're changing targets now towards Puppeteer once again.
It is a good idea on the side of the survivors to chase this Puppeteer, because Puppeteer does have borrowed time. On the other side, Aeroplanist does not. So Hunter, it looks like he's going to be going back to this Aeroplanist. He does not want to allow these survivors to decode at all. He could possibly go for this Puppeteer because he doesn't have any items left to utilize, but it looks like he's going to be going for this Aeroplanist and will be taking a hit here at this pallet.
It's a bit unfortunate, but we haven't really gotten flywheel out just yet. The flywheel out the window was possible before the first hit, and then the flywheel here. Also, flywheel beautifully done by you as we're able to get the pallet down there on time, but we still have remnants here left to use for Shadow Dance. But right now, Cypher Machine will be popped here just about on time. We do have knee-jerk reflex there from the pallet, thank God, but now no one's at the gate just yet. 30 seconds left on the clock before we can get anything down, as Sprintzer finally getting UN down. But it's okay. FT can secure another 1-man escape, but this 1-man escape really isn't enough. Because for B4U, a tie game is all what they need to win up against FT. And this could be the potential revenge arc here for B4U. As Sprintzer trying to make it towards the gate right now, but Puppeteer can tank 1 additional hit. So it doesn't matter, as we're going to be able to escape. And now going back towards Yuan to secure that 3-man.
Thankfully, it was the Puppeteer on that. It looks like the Airplanes was able to heal himself up, but with no items at half health against the Detention Hunter. I don't see much happening, but it looks like the Hunter will be able to clean up the last remaining.
See the match stats here as well, right? It's 3-1 for a B4U Sprintzer. We see Adi with 200.
The first chase.
Which one do we want to go with? Because, you know, Warp Aeroplane is absolutely maniacal when it comes to going up against Breaking Wheel.
It's that trump card for the side of this Breaking Wheel.
There we go. Brought to you by Gummy and Kuroshiro as we now move on towards the game.
He's going to be spawning in the graveyard, going immediately into his wheel form. He's going to be looking for Schmitty first. He's at the Dragon Gate area, already threw down his coffin, is able to get the spike immediately onto this Embalmer, so not really able to take advantage of this window. The trap is also available, so needs to be careful to dodge that. Is able to dodge his trap, not able to make it to that window. Is going to be taking that first hit, allowing the Hunter to get first presence.
You know, I feel like it's an opportunity missed from Schmitty's side. He could have placed that coffin in between the pallets and it would have made it way easier for him. But there we go. That's going to be a spike there instantly as we're able to get that snap down. Brilliantly done by CN. As we're looking now for a definite tie game scenario here. But one of the biggest things right now is we have to come into rescue. Self-resurrection is not an option here because we're too close towards ourselves, but it just seems like no one's willing to come rescue just yet. So now it'll be Embalmer, 8 seconds for that self-rescue, 16 seconds of borrowed time.
That was an incredibly early down for the side of this Breaking Wheel. We don't have a lot of Cypher progress, so it looks like they're going to allow the 3 survivors to continuously decode while he takes this kite once again. Will he be able to rebound? But wonderful flywheel, and is able to make it to the window, but gets hit through the window and will be going down once again.
But look, wanted order on the lucky guy Gummy. We have doll, yes, we have a gun, yes, but like, now it's kind of like, okay, Roland coming in to rescue, ask for a officer. We're max presence because of that window hit. I think that was a terror shock hit there, but it's 2 survivors coming in right now, trying to support here as much as we can. Roland, that's 1 spike there instantly as if we wanted orders on first officer. We can go for the second one right now as we potentially can look for a double hit, but no, it doesn't really matter as we're able to get a hit on first officer. That's really good. And now it's lucky guy with Schmitty. This Embalmer needs lucky guy no matter what. And now we're trying to get towards the window here, but the spike landed once again. We have a snap ready right now, and there goes down Embalmer. Cypher machines are way too slow. The question now is, where is this lucky guy?
We did see his bot is inside of Graveyard. The Hunter is trying to scare him off of it, and it looks like he's going to also be able to chair Smitty right next to this Cypher machine, so he's not going to be able to work on that Cypher for the time being. It looks like he really wants to get the down onto this bot. It looks like he has to just chair Smitty. First officer has been able to get up, and they were able to also pop this Cypher machine, so they are trying to recover from this previous situation.
But then once again, we still wanted to order on that Lucky Guy as well. However, Lucky Guy does have a gun here to use, but this flywheel might just be enough here. We want to get an injury on towards Lucky Guy first and maybe potentially change targets, but the gun will come out here instead as well. That's good from the side of CN. That's what we wanted. We could potentially snap here and then leave, and that's what we want to do. As of now, we still do have peepers, don't get me wrong, but from the side of AN, 3-man escape is currently at 13%, tie at 22, 3-man elimination at 21%, and 4-man at 42.6.
The last two Cypher machines don't have a lot of progress, and Hunter is pressuring them. He's going to be going towards Elian, the Lucky Guy, stopping him from finishing this Dragon Gate Cypher machine. He's going to be going out of his wheel form, landing the spikes onto this Lucky Guy. Slowly, the injuries are piling on, and he's catching up, but he has one pallet here to work with, is able to get the trap and down the Lucky Guy for the first time.
And Peepers changed out first. That's what we're looking for here, as Roland right now is currently the one in danger. But 2 pocket watches though, however. From the side of CN, I'm more surprised that we decided not to share there, but he could potentially think that the Cypher machines are more than enough. So right now, the biggest kind of focus is on slugging. But if we can trick CN down here as a breaking wheel in towards that hole, that would be for the best right now. But it seems like Roland tricked himself here instead. There's still a basement here that we can use to avoid this worst scenario here. Can Roland get towards the basement? No, he can't. So it's going to be instant snap down here, and now Lucky Guy on the ground. Basement for CN. Peepers on CN as well, knowing which survivors are going to come in. And Aeroplane is still on that Cypher. We're finally going towards Leon right now, but this might be too late.
It looks like he was able to get the heal off onto the Lucky Guy, so he's still able to keep that self-healing. Having self-healing is incredibly important against this breaking wheel, but the Hunter has already found his next target. It's going to be Green as he's trying to make his way towards this basement, but it's looking like quite a long journey. Going to utilize his jetpack to make it closer, but Hunter's going to leave, and it looks like he's going to be closing in. He doesn't have jetpack's flywheel and is able to make it to this pallet.
It's okay, it's okay. We can snap and go. It doesn't really matter here what we do. Or you can throw the trap right across the window. That's what CN is waiting for right now. We're gonna be able to do it right around now, but it didn't go past the window there just yet. Cypher machine on 80%. First officer after half. Yes, Aeroplane does have jetpacks left to use. Therefore, we need to prevent him from actually coming in. The moment those jetpacks come out is the moment we snap. If not, then it just means that we're going to start slugging right now. Green here once again. That's a brilliant hover, just about on time, but we went towards the wrong way. We ran in straight towards the Hunter. Seeing here, we love the delivery, even though we should be the one that's delivering. As Green here, so much great mind games, as once again dodging that trap.
Very patient on this one pallet. He hasn't even thrown it down yet, and he's transitioning out. Does have the jetpack, his last jetpack, ready to help him transition, but will be taking the hit and will be going down for the first time. First officer has been returned to the manor. The only survivor able to decode is Lucky Guy. He does still have self-heal, and the Hunter is going for the slugging method, gonna be downing each survivor, going back and forth, and this options are slowly dwindling for the side of B4U survivors.
Yeah, wasn't able to dodge that, sadly. We jumped down too late through that pothole. Now we have flywheel, we have perfume. We tried to dodge it. Okay, that's going to be the flywheel there first use, but it's okay. There's still a perfume upstairs. We do have peepers here as well, just to play around for a little while longer. And of course, rugby ball to pull away from that Thanos snap range.
We do see the airplanist has utilized his self-heal, so he's back up, but the Cypher progress is 34 and 28, so not a lot of Cypher progress. They need a kite long enough. It looks like Lucky Guy is still up and running. He still has self-heal. If the Hunter is able to down this airplanist one more time, he can concentrate on this Lucky Guy. So things are getting very dangerous for the side of B4U.
And there we go. The curtain has called. The snap has been made. Breaking Wheel's decision will be finalized as Aeroplanes will go down here with no self-heal left. Leon trying to buy a little bit more time as our footprints will be seen here once again. For Lucky Guy, with no balls left. So now all what's left is one more snap from CN as he returns this beautiful 4-man elimination. However, this isn't the end just yet. Sprintzer still has way too many hunters that he can utilize, but it's a brilliant performance from this side of Wheel. And let's congratulate FT for being able to move on. And like you see here too, right? Like Embalmer 58-second Kai, Lucky Guy, then to allow Embalmer to pull distance out. Then maybe
Really need to clutch up and perform for their teammates. It looks in small maps we haven't seen him play as much. So very
maybe thinking about it a little bit, but with this spot location, which constraints
like we only have 2 tide turners, 1 flywheel and 1.
by Kuroshiro and Gomi, and now we'll move on towards the game.
He's making his way towards the middle where he does see Mini Blue, but he's thrown his crows towards the tunnel area where he will be running into another survivor. He's looking at the ground and following the scratch marks, and it looks like he is able to make it past this window, but the hunter will slowly be able to catch up. Oh, he's actually has quite a lot of distance. He's made it all the way past this pallet and he's going all the way inside of tunnel.
Oh, but Puppeteer here is a good chase here for Sprintzer here as well. Adi, ooh, vaulted over that instantly. That is bold from the side of Adi. We could have got a terror shock there, went down really bad. But lucky guy, we see a doll there as well. So now the cipher mission decoding progress will be relatively fast.
And he's going to utilize his first Puppeteer because this pallet here isn't that great. He's going to transition to a better place. He has the scratch mark on the Puppeteer and an Crow, trying to slow him down as much as possible. Is able to get the hit onto him, but Wonderful Puppet is able to block that damage, only at half damage so far.
But now we do a blink ready here though, so for Adi we might not actually be able to blink predict here properly, so we might use little Lewis here a little bit earlier. Oh no, we didn't! We were expecting to blink, but Adi didn't get that little Lewis out. We could have gotten so, but now we see here cipher mission decoding progress 70, 50 and 60 overall, as Lucky Guy already is starting a new one, Mini Blue being forced to come into rescue.
Since he wasn't able to make the hunter use his trait, now the survivors don't know what trait that Nightmare has. We've seen Aka's Nightmare bring warp, but in this instance they may not be expecting that blink. And it looks like Mini Blue is feeding Tinnitus and trying to make his way towards the chair slowly. As it reaches half, is going to be able to elbow pad, take that hit and get that rescue before half with Tide Turner.
It's okay as long as Adi kind of just runs away from this general area. If we go towards the corner there near the 2-story area, towards the right corner, Cypher Machine should be able to progress pretty smoothly here too. We see that the doll is also doing decently as well. With, I think that's 94% decoding progress, as Lucky Guy Cypher Machine is already at 54. Cheerleader is the only slowest one here since we're trying to finish middle, as Mercenary is now decoding that new Cypher Machine at 10%.
Puppeteer able to make a lot of distance. He's made his way towards the other corner, keeping his survivors safe for the time being, and it looks like Shadow may be coming in for this rescue as the cheerleader. If she is caught a little far away from the chair, she can always utilize her motivate and catch up as quickly as possible. We'll be just taking a hit here and we'll be able to get that rescue once again with Tide Turner for the Puppeteer.
But we still do have blink though, we can't forget. If it's a double down here, it might be a little bit harsh from the side of the survivors. Blink isn't already on our hands to use. We missed the first one, but it's okay. It's max presence. So at least that's a lot of pressure gone from the side of Sprintzer. If that fully missed, that would have been really bad. But now we see here as well, right? Lucky Guy using the doll to heal one of the survivors. I think Mercenary has crows on him right now since he's highlighted. But the crow will come out once again. Mini Blue might not be able to get healed up on time.
We do see 3 Cypher Machines. Oh, Hunter's going to teleport right away, right to the hotel where the 2 survivors were healing. It forces them to separate, and he's going to be going towards...
Lucky
he's leaving
Guy.
him.
Oh. I think we're trying to map control here as much as we can, because like there's already 2 survivors at half health, so if we can get this Lucky Guy towards half health, it would be even better, because you know, Cheerleader has to heal, but her Cypher Machine is at 90-something%, so I do think right in this scenario, we're probably going to play this a little bit slower. For Sprintzer, it's okay for him. Blink is not ready until another 90-second mark is down. However, for Yuan, we do have flywheel, we can't forget. Can we flywheel this hit? No, we'll be elbow padding out here first, as Crows will be dropped down towards Mini Blue here one more time.
And the Hunter is not leaving this Lucky Guy. He's playing around here at this pallet. He's going to be going all the way around. The mark is still on the Lucky Guy and is able to finally land the first hit onto him. He still has his item left to utilize. Hunter's going to be teleporting right away to the Tunnel Cypher Machine, but it looks like the survivor was able to leave it just in time.
The good news for Mercenary here is we have pallets already dropped down. We have one more elbow pad left on our hands to use, and the other 2 are now currently healing. Sprintzer's playing this slow game here, which is okay. However, you still can't forget that there is a Lucky Guy on this field, so all your, well, at least most of your chest, excuse me, will have decent enough items for the rescuer and for the lucky guy end game. Now we have lucky guy back to full health as cheerleaders currently at 50%. Mercenaries doing really well here, but all the pallets here have been consumed in restaurant.
Mercenary at half health does not have any items left. We do see Cheerleader and Lucky Guy has healed up, so they can definitely come in for this rescue. He's running out of resources, is able to get the dash and the hit onto this Mercenary. They are starting up a new Cypher Machine since the Hunter continuously pressures the 54% Cypher Machine, and it looks like he plans on chairing the Mercenary as well.
Sprintzer's actually at a very decent spot right now because we know where Lucky Guy is, we know where Cheerleader is, so we could force Cheerleader to come into rescue, teleport to Lucky Guy to get them to half health, and then trump card change towards teleport one more time to get rid of these survivors that are nearby. However, Cheerleader's Cypher Machine currently at 77% right now. We see Lucky Guy trying to make his way in. However, those crows are so good from the side of this Hunter as well. Cheerleader has to double motivate in. But even if she double motivates in, it seems like we're just going to get Yuen to do it instead. Sprintzer is now leaving this survivor on the chair. So that just means Cheerleader Cypher Machine will be permanently locked in if that's the case.
Ooh, they were able to get that backdoor rescue, so the Lucky Guy has freed up this Mercenary. Cheerleader buying enough time for his teammates. Another crow onto this Cheerleader. It looks like he's decided to change targets and stay around this tunnel area where the Cypher is. She's doing a very good job. Is able to make it to this pallet, but the area here is very narrow, and it looks like he's going to be able to get the dash and the hit on the Cheerleader. But it is her first chair and her first down. He's going to teleport right away. He does not want to spend too much time chairing these survivors.
Ooh. It's a nice flywheel there, but it's at max presence, unfortunately speaking. Right now, another crow straight towards Mini Blue. If we get Lucky Guy down here on time, especially with Blink as well, it'll be so much worth it from the side of Sprinter. But now teleporting over, looking for Mini Blue here as well. This seems like a 4-man elimination game for the Nightmare, because if it is, then there's no way for Yuen to actually return this at all. Right now, we're still trying to get towards the Cypher Machine. It's currently at 83%. Lucky Guy should be able to make it and prime it on time. However, that teleport from the Lucky Guy might just be way too, not from Lucky Guy, from the Nightmare might just be way too crucial, as we do have basement too.
Oh, and it does look like the Hunter is going to chair him at this basement. He was saved before half, so he still has more time on this chair. Cypher Machines are primed, but all of the survivors do have borrowed time, so they do have an endgame situation. Getting down this Cheerleader, Cypher Machines pop, endgame situation. Hunter has detention, and now he's going to be going back for Mini Blue.
Oh, we missed that hit. We should be able to get in between the pallets right now. Mercenary, more time bought here for us, which is already really good. However, Blink has already been consumed here as well. We see where Lucky Guy is. Mini Blue has to be very careful here with ourselves. It's not a terror shock hit down. It's such a fast fall. We don't even have defense mechanism as we're leaving this area right now. Teleport straight towards Yuen. We have a gun. It's straight towards the face here as Cheerleader's gauge is now at 18%. No more teleport left on our hands to use as well. Mercenary straight towards back gauge. However, you can't forget Dungeon is just right there. We don't have knee-jerk reflex. We don't have flywheel. So now it's up to Sprinter to actually play this one around. Yuen dropping down that pallet early is not bad. However, right now, you've no more pallets left to play around with. You want to get a pallet and maybe rush towards the dungeon, or you want to get flywheel ready. Yuen's doing so much when it comes to handling the pressure, but Adi has consumed so much of these pallets nearby that it's going to be a tie game, but this is enough for FT. And for Sprint, gone straight towards match task. But you see here, right, it was only a 78-second containment time finally. And like, you see the point difference here as well, right? It is still 1 point ahead.
Ivy is, available, and the Hunter will also be choosing Ivy.
Meanwhile, Pagoda will be given towards Ivy here, as it's not a bad area to
Blink, Insolence, and Detention for the side of this Ivy. On the side of the...
for you, we'll be able to take this win home as we now move on towards the game.
She's going to be sending her ghost towards Smitty while the main body is going towards the Scholar Tree, and it looks like she isn't... It looks like she's looking for this prisoner. Prisoner has connected the Cypher Machines, and now she's making her way towards Hotel. The ghost still guarding that corner Cypher, and it looks like the prisoner is going to be taking this kite.
It seems like Xian's going for a different route here. We want to actually walk up towards Prisoner first, blink him, and then potentially speaking leech on towards him. But I'm not really sure about this right now. We know that Schmitty definitely isn't decoding here, but with this connection still available to use, Prisoner can get his electrocution back relatively fast.
Since the ghost is away, oh, never mind, she recalled the ghost. So now there's a lot more pressure on this prisoner. He's still saving this pallet for a later time. He's going to be infecting this prisoner, and the ghost is still latched on. She's going to be teleporting to that tablet. He has made some distance, but gets 100% corruption. Will be able to get the first hit for the prisoner.
Now for Prisoner, it's all about distance pulling. We can go back upstairs, yes, but for Xyang here, the moment the blink comes through, we have to be able to register it. Prisoner still have flywheel to use here. Green needs to be able to flywheel predict here correctly, or else we won't be able to get that, see that 2-man endgame. We're able to lock Lian Cypher Machine here, at least thankfully speaking, now, forcing Lian out of this area as Green running towards the back. Blink is ready, but we can't use it too hastily.
He also does have flywheel to utilize, so if he just times it right, he could negate the blink, but that's going to be a very hard thing to... Oh!
Nicely done there by Green, but we can leech on towards him once again, sadly. And of course, Revelation is ready from the side of our Ivy. We're just being a little bit more patient here when it comes to utilizing that Revelation here. But a Cypher Machine, if you don't do it fast enough, it will go down really fast. We see there as well, right? Green beautifully done on the electrocution, and the flywheel just to get towards the window was brilliant.
And forcing out that blink trait. Now the survivors know the trait of this hunter, and the hunter doesn't have that trait for stuffing the survivors. First chair for Green. Roland's coming in for this rescue. He does have Tide Turner, while the ghost is being sent towards Schmitty's Cypher Machine, trying to stop the Cypher decoding progress. We can see 2 Cypher Machines have been completed. The 3rd Cypher Machine at 85, so we're almost 3 Cypher Kite. And the hunter is going to be recalling the ghost and heavily be guarding this chair.
Journalists can Orphe rescue here, thankfully speaking, but we're just going to force the Inks to hit on towards Prisoner. So we want to guarantee the tie for now from Cian, and then locking the Cypher Machines later on. So right now, we're at a scenario where everyone is at full health. There really isn't much you can do, and the connection from Prisoner will do so much more. However, we're running towards Schmitty out of everyone when it comes to with this rotation. B4U's kind of Titan rotation needs to kind of be fixed up here just a tiny bit more.
And that will be the 2nd chair for the Prisoner. We do have another survivor with Tide Turner that can buy more time and get this rescue. He's going to be infecting the psychologist at the middle. And we already see that Roland, as the mercenary, is already feeding Tinnitus and getting ready for this rescue, since he hasn't utilized his Tide Turner quite yet. Cypher progress. We do have 3 ciphers completed. We just need to work on the last 2 ciphers.
Roland will get Leisure here, thankfully, but we didn't get a Tire Shock there, unfortunately speaking. Prisoner with 10 stacks of Revelation, they're ready on our hands to use. However, Electrocution is also ready here too, but it just wouldn't be enough, as that hit will still connect at the end. There is still 15 seconds left until Titan is over, so the Cypher Machine should be enough. I would say the probably big issue now is endgame. We have Blink ready, so this can still be a 3-man elimination if necessary. For Schmitty, we can still leech on towards him. Psychologist, not much that you can do. You have to break the connection there first as well. But you do see the other 2 rescuers by yourselves too. If we go after Journalist, there's a potential that we could look for something, but right now that's wrong teleportation towards the other side of the map. Cypher Machine is almost about to be done. As we see here, Roland by ourselves, it's half health and 2 items for this Merc. However, big issue when it comes to Merc is he can't prime the Cypher Machine because he doesn't get down instantly after the hit. He will still contain his Revelation stacks. So right now, it's a huge issue for Mercenary. We need to pop on Elbow Pad out immediately. Everyone's at the exit gate right now. Everyone is at the exit gate right now. We're still currently waiting.
Just setting up for the endgame situation, but so is the Hunter because she's sending the Ghost towards the exit gates where Smitty currently is at. Roland trying to find the best opportunity to pop this Cypher Machine that's heavily guarded. Hunter does have detention, so it's going to be very dangerous here. We see the Wi-Fi heal by the psychologist, and they're trying to allow this pop to go and is going to be able to get the hit onto the mercenary. He's going to pop that Cypher Machine, and it's the end game situation. 2 survivors are at the exit gate. They're opening it up, but the ghost has stopped one of them. The main body's going towards the other, and he's doing a lot of multitasking here.
I feel like we missed an opportunity when it comes to blinking down the journalist that was already nearby, but going for the psychologist is also isn't a bad idea as well, because she's nothing left to use. That's a very nice blink down, as people from the other side now has yet to decode the gate. We see here, right, finally getting the gate decoded as journalist is running now towards the back. However, we are still not leeching just yet, finally leeching on towards that mercenary, as right now 57% decoding progress on towards that gate. Lian cannot rescue. Let's not forget, we can see where the survivor is in this scenario. So now knowing where Lian is and seeing that the mercenary is actually near this area, this is a very bad scenario for him. He can't run towards the chair as well, because that just makes it a really bad time for him. And B4U just looks like they're slowly losing their knack. However, mercenary is not decoding the gate just yet. We're able to get a flywheel out. We're able to get that nice little Orphe out as well. But you see where journalist is. You see where Roland is. We're now racing for time, but there's Hunt on this Hunter. So B4U, the endgame wasn't the best here, even though we got that Wi-Fi heal from Psycho.
The exit gate has been opened, but they need to get this rescue onto the psychologist. They just need a 2-man escape and they win. But right now, the hunter has chaired the 2 survivors and Mercenary is at half health, trying to recover from the situation. Hunter has infected the psychologist because the psychologist will be returning to the manor for the journalist. So Mercenary just trying to find a way to get this rescue, will be able to elbow pad to the psychologist. Oh, and is unfortunately hit, and that's a 4-man elimination for the side of FT Hunter, and that gives the win to FT. Immediately chair her. Now she's a hunter with detention, and 2 survivors have.
It is a win for FT, a lose for B4U. Game winning Lakeside Village was, but the MVP here will be given to Xyang here. Average deduction points of 10,800.
And we already have the bans and picks. It looks like for the sideable, most likely first pick Hunter.
Yeah.
The Hunter try to bait out the Knight's items and then switch targets to the
Our Puppeteer and with Dash Gravekeeper 2, we're able to see.
And we have the Hunter spawning near Dragon Gate. He's slowly making his way towards the Puppeteer, who's already made his way towards Graveyard. No, he's gonna change targets. He's turning towards the middle. Cure Rabbit has already left the middle Cypher Machine, so the Hunter's still trying to decide which survivor to go after. It does look like he will eventually choose the Puppeteer in the end. Puppeteer already safely made it inside of the graveyard. He's going to be throwing down a peeper to see if he ever comes out of this graveyard area while transitioning back to the middle where he'll be ready to Cure Rabbit.
Oh, there we go. Knight being forced out here one more time. We do have 90 seconds remaining on hands of Wenyi. Just on the outer side. That's so unfortunate. But a hit will not register here just yet, as we want to buy a tiny bit more time. That's okay. For Zillian here, we can actually force out another little Lewis. So it's overall pretty nicely done.
And he will be taking that chip hit. It's the same as when he utilizes his puppet, but he does get a little bit faster movement. And it looks like the Hunter is able to cage him once again. Last puppet for the side of Wenyi. His items are slowly dwindling. Is able to make it out of this cage for now, but not really. And is going to be able to take him down. A very early down for the side of this Puppeteer.
Puppeteer with Tide Turner, and we have a basement that's even better. Cypher Machine overall is 145% decoding progress here. So for KL, this we'll have to rescue. I feel like if we don't rescue, it's kind of a miss. We see Kira Rabbit here immediately for the first rescue, but tactically speaking here, this knight does not have Tide Turner, so we can potentially speaking go to Chivalrous Rescue as we're going to make our way down, but that's going to be the chip hit there dealt instantly. We didn't win a single mind game there, which is unfortunate.
And getting another hit inside of the cage. He's at 75% damage. He is able to rescue with his Chivalrous Sympathy, so he does have that shield, but they really need to get out of this basement. Hunter blocking them off with that cage is going to be taking a hit while in his puppet form and trying to transition out of this area, but downing him immediately, unable to get out of this basement.
I feel like Zillian kind of missed an opportunity to hit Knight there, because Knight was next to the stairs as well with the Puppeteer. So we could potentially just hit the Knight and then cage for that Puppeteer once again to get him down for a double down potential. But that's still okay for now. We're still backing towards basement just because of how strong a Goatman is in that graveyard area too. But now Tennessee coming in for the rescue. We have double cages here dropped down instantly, so it's not going to be an easy feat.
And he is hit out of his shovel. The cages are still there. He's taking his time to break the cages, isn't able to do so. He goes past the cage, but the cage expires, and he's now further and further away from this Puppeteer, unable to get that rescue. Unfortunately, he did have wanted orders. The Hunter saw him coming from very far, sending the first survivor back to the manor, is able to cage and get the hit onto the Gravekeeper right away.
Gravekeeper, you know what? After Gravekeeper's buff, your shovel doesn't get fully consumed, so it's only around 30%. Well, that looks like it's a 25% consumption rate, but Gravekeeper will go down there instantly as that shovel was still in cooldown. The only unfortunate part about this is I feel like if Gravekeeper utilized that shovel just a tiny bit earlier, it definitely would have been doable as well. However, you know, you can only buff Gravekeeper so much because he's been buffed like twice already with his shovel animation. So realistically, in this case, it is kind of just Tennessee's mistake, unfortunately speaking.
And the only survivor that could come in for this rescue is this Airplanist, but he doesn't have Tide Turner. It's a basement rescue. Things are looking incredibly bad for the KL survivors. Getting that one wanted order onto that Gravekeeper really hurt the survivors. He was the one survivor that can just dig right into the basement. He was the one survivor that could really do that efficiently, but He's able to get the down onto the Gravekeeper and get another basement chair. They're not going to force this rescue. How are you going to get out of the basement if you don't have Tide Turner? All the hits are going to stack up together. We do see Y is feeding Tinnitus, but the Hunter is continuously throwing down these peepers, so now the survivors are even slower, and they can't really approach the chair.
I'm more surprised how that peepers didn't really sneak out where that aeroplanist is, I'll be honest with you, because it's so close. But once again, we're able to see where aeroplanist is. Instant connection with that hit. Joe is still really accurate with this Goatman. I mean, this is the man that started with Blink Goatman and continued with a meta of Blink Goatman. So right now, still looking for the aeroplanes. We can't really vault over anything just yet during jetpack animation. So that will be aeroplanes going down. As nice, chip damage left. We can go Patroller, we can go Blink, we can go Excitement. So all what it matters right now is just walk across this park and look for our niche.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the slugging method and just down the survivors, down the other survivor. He's gonna utilize self-heal. He's gonna come back, get rid of their self-heal, down them once again, and secure his 4-man elimination. That one basement chair has kind of hurt the survivors a lot.
Yeah. I would say one of the unfortunate parts of just IVS in general is our current patch is a little bit late, so we won't be able to see final deductions at all when it comes to kind of these, final end moments. So Gummy, oh, never mind. I was about to say why not go for a 20-minute game, but it seems like we'll be able to finish this pretty early on, as that hit was not countered by the prediction, unfortunately speaking here. However, airplane still on the other side. We can change the warp if necessary, but as of now, it does seem like Joe is gonna go for the chair. And the teleport comes through, and it should be a guaranteed 4-man elimination.
Airplanist has gotten up. He still has jetpacks to work with, and the dungeon is here, but can he outlast? Wonderful
Ooh.
Flywheel is able to stay alive for a little bit longer, has 2 pallets and a window to work with, but running into this Hunter will be able to secure his 4-man elimination.
That shovel cancel was pretty devastating.
Yeah, and we had a...
It is 5-0 for ACT.
Right, it is...
In this case, I feel like for Charon, we're kind of fun. And of course, Ivy here will be spawning by double 11 near the graveyard.
3 flywheels, 3 borrowed time, and 1 tight turn.
In towards the game then, let's see. First chase will be Sai, it seems. Nope, we're going to bring the Phantom straight towards Sai first, as Puppeteer will begin this first containment. However, Cypher Machine will just be a tiny bit slower. Gonna go towards 11 to lock the Cypher Machine, and potentially speaking that Magician as well. Sai could maybe want to play around a little bit longer until that shield is gone before we commit for this chase.
Main body on Gogo, and she's going to recall the ghost, send it towards the graveyard where he will be able to infect Zen, while the main body seems to be around the middle area trying to look for a survivor. And as she's finding her pick of whoever she wants to chase, she's going to be infecting all of the Cypher Machines on the way. Doesn't look like she's able to find the first. It looks like she's looking for possibly XY. She's also infected yet another survivor. 3 survivors have been infected. She's looking for a gardener, and the gardener is just not being found at this point. She's made it all the way to Corner House.
Garner also had enough time to look for a chest here, as we see that extra elbow pad on her hands for usage as well. So no more toolbox here to get rid of items. Even with us finding Gardner this early, even if you leech, look, the Ostracon will be left downstairs. That's just how the positioning goes, unfortunately speaking. But go. First chase potentially, as we go intertwine. We're intertwined a little bit with Sen, but that's okay. Blink might open here first. Sharon decides not to commit.
And it looks like she's just going to give up on this gardener and commit onto Gogo inside of Graveyard. He's going to go towards the outside. Oh, wonderful blink, but misses and utilizes his illusion to make it to the pallet. So still no hit onto the survivor. Trait has been utilized, and he's doing a very good job containing her so far. Oh, gets the teleport, and the infection is able to get him to walk towards her and get the first hit onto this magician.
This is still very bad for Charon though, because of the fact that we missed a blink now, we have to wait a little while longer before we can get head on towards Magician, which is why we change targets towards Sen. For our Puppeteer with 29 stack, it's overall not the worst, because you can force yourself to look at the Hunter during your Little Lewis mode. So right now, Little Lewis will come out here first, as now we're kind of waiting around these pallet areas. Flywheel is available to use, as we're able to safely vault over that pallet.
And it looks like the Hunter is forced to break this pallet because there is a lot of pallets in this area. Hunter trying to get more scare onto this Puppeteer. And the scare is 73%, so the corruption is slowly building up. He's hiding behind the walls here, unable to get the scare with the main body. He's going around the back where the ghost will be meeting him, and won't be able to infect him because he's still on cooldown, and it looks like she's just going to be teleporting.
She got in on time, but it's just I said having flywheel there kind of hurt it the most. If there was no flywheel, we would have changed immediately towards the Lewis mode. That's an extra 40 stacks of Revelation, 55 in total right now. But we see the Cypher Machine decoding progress too. That hit landed during Revelation animation, which is good for Charon. However, you still don't have Blink, you still have the Leech. But this Leech should be able to take the game home.
We do see the corruption is at 80% onto this puppeteer. The ghost is still latched onto him, so she can see him exactly where he is. Isn't able to get the scare, so he lives a little bit longer. The ghost will get off. Is at 90% corruption. She just needs 10% more corruption. He's looking at the hunter. Oh, wonderful pallet stop, prolonging his kite at 75% damage.
Sen's doing such a good job at hugging the walls and looking in towards the wall just so then Ivy can't Revelation Scream with Phantom 4. We will follow that just about on time, but finally the hit there will register. We see here as well the third Cypher Machine already done, and the fourth Cypher Machine currently at 80%. Gardner being forced to move out of this area is okay, but she will be the first one that comes into rescue because she has that Tide Turner.
That kite was just so long. We have 3 Cypher Machines completed. The 4th Cypher Machine's about to pop. They have 2 endgame last Cyphers. And it's only his first chair. The hunter needs to start pressuring the Cypher. Decoding progress. Isn't able to get the rescue quite yet. Sending the ghost off towards Graveyard where he will be able to infect Go-Go once again.
Oh, we kind of teleported right in front of Gardner's face there. We realizing Gardner got the shield up on time, so decided not to go for it anymore. Looking for Magician here at half health with Flywheel, but it's his first time on chair. Yes, the blink did come out, but the Cypher Machine with the most decoding progress was near Gardner.
And it looks like they were able to get that rescue. First chair on this Magician, so the survivors just taking turns on chair. They have so much time. They have 3 Cypher Machines being worked on. Hunter's going to be infecting that Cypher Machine nearby the Gardener's chair. Will be teleporting and will be pressuring Zen.
As of now, Sight on his way in. We might be teleporting quite a lot here across the place just because it's still a 4-man endgame. However, the rescue will come through on time as we hit the illusion out of everything. Sight still does have Flywheel, Sight does still have an elbow pad, so we could just elbow pad out or we can save it for later on. As of now, we've additional Cypher Machines here just upstairs by balcony as Sen is already decoding that Cypher Machine near towards the back. But even so, there's only so much you can actually try and harass because all Cypher Machines are now being slowly opened.
We have 4 survivors up and running each. 2 survivors that have their first chair, but no survivor close to being eliminated. Hunter's going to be sending her ghost towards Go-Go. We'll be able to teleport to him and try to get that corruption more onto the survivor, but is able to avoid it by vaulting that pallet.
Yeah, the flywheel usage is why ACT is great. However, I feel like from Charon's side, we're allowing ACT to kind of do it too easily when it comes to those flywheels to cancel out the 100 stacks of Revelation. Right now, it's still a lot of map control. But now the kind of issue is, even if you do teleport, you probably won't be able to land that extra 40 stacks of Revelation for corruption transference. So now it's just a matter of, okay, we're going to be able to teleport over. We got extra stacks on first officer, which is nice. However, it's a first officer we're talking about here.
He's at full health. He has 2 pocket watches to utilize, so not your most ideal chase. The ghost is still guarding one of the Cypher Machines. Looks like she's going to be recalling the ghost and calling him back inside of Graveyard while teleporting away so she can try and put a lot of pressure on the Cyphers.
It's now we're at a point where it's like everyone's meeting up, everyone's healing, everyone's looking for Cypher Machines to be decoded. There's just side there popping up crows there, but it's okay, that's no problem at all. Man's just walking around having a good day. And like you see the Cypher Machine decoding progress too, like 2 Cyphers at like one at 78, one at 65, the other one slowly being closed up towards 50 plus. And now we're positioned on a place where it's like, okay, you can leech on towards me, no problem at all. We can see how well ACT Cypher delegation was early game 2 in order for us to have such an easy mid to end game.
And the hunter does know where the dungeon is. It is in the middle, trying to pressure the Magician Cypher Machine, but Cypher Machine's popped. It's the endgame situation. 4 survivors up and running. Having so many survivors endgame definitely benefits the survivors, but the hunter does have detention, so they have to be very careful not to overcommit to the opening exit gates.
It's a good blink here from the side of Charon, but now the issue is it's very different compared to B4U because everyone's at a gate each. This is a slower down compared to usual, and like even if you want to teleport, it's a little bit hard. Gardner can still come into rescue due to that shield. However, pros will be popping here instantly for us. Asen just got hit by the tram. Not realizing this, unfortunately speaking, is a little bit of a oof because possible 3-man elimination there is definitely viable as well. Now we're at a point where it's Sai having dungeon at middle, Sai having knee-jerk reflex, and we just got rid of the Ostracon nearby as well. So this will guarantee a 3-man escape here from the side of ACT. 11 trying to come in for rescue one more time, but one pocket watch pop would be enough to guarantee the dungeon.
Oh, is he gonna go for this dungeon? It looks like he's heading towards the exit gate. No, he's gonna try and mind game and utilize his pocket watch to get the dungeon. He's gonna get the
there. It wasn't really the best, and like with the stats here as well, 140
are hiding in the beginning. She expected to be found. She didn't decode the cipher machine right in front of her.
Say is it's a little bit harder here when it comes to the hunter, just overall chase. Right, 2-story given towards Fire Investigator, middle given towards Lucky. Look, let's see here. It's gonna be trauma potential alongside with Blink here on the side of Opera Seer.
Hunter will be spawning at this corner and slowly making her way towards the factory, where she will be running into the Fire Investigator first. He's already made his way towards the second floor and he's made his way towards the window. Oh no, there's 2 survivors here. Go has made his way down the stairs and he's going around the outside of the factory.
It's not too bad because we can still lock certain areas around. We do see as well, right? Charon's Shadow Leap now has been cancelled out. We can Shadow Dance back, but it's still more distance created away. Which he targets here once again, though, looking for the Fire Investigator upstairs. Not Fire Investigator, looking for the Lucky Guy upstairs. But this Lucky Guy has an extra pocket watch that he can use if necessary.
So it looks like since there were 2 survivors inside a factory, there's only 2 cipher machines being worked on. They are going to have to transition out of here while the hunter goes after this Lucky Guy. He has made enough distance utilizing this pallet. It's a very strong pallet, but now that it's destroyed, it's going to be much harder to loop. He has made it inside through that window, and the hunter needs to close his distance by vaulting this window and going back into a shadow form.
There's our pocket watch utilized too. We can buy at least 20 odd seconds here with the pocket watch, but that flywheel, early flywheel here from the side of sight is nice as well. Now we're kind of just trying to buy a little bit more time until our items are already missed that hit though, which is very unfortunate, as now we're able to kind of make our way towards no pallets here just yet, as we'll take the normal hit, cancel out the Shadow Leap, and double pallets here straight towards our back, the Christmas tree here at the back.
So keeping the hunter away, going to this corner, he has blink, and she misses. She's like, oh my goodness, we got the terror shock, and she finally lands the hit. Now she has first presence also available and will be able to chair this Lucky Guy for the first time. Lucky Guy doesn't have any items left, so rebound kite is looking incredibly difficult unless the Fire Investigator can assist with his airbag. We'll have to see which survivor does end up coming in for this rescue.
Definitely. And not only that too, we can't forget that if Charon actually missed a blink there, I think it'll haunt him for the rest of the days, because he did miss his first blink as well up against the Magician. But one more time though, go, let's see the airbag, how good it is. Can we push him back right there? We did. And of course the Shadow Leap comes through, and we missed the Shadow Leap, as that will be a no damage rescue. Lucky Guy going directly to the corner just to protect our friend Fire Investigator.
And while he's in his tide turner mode, he's gonna be digging up one of the chest boxes to help him with that end. Rebound Kite is able to get a stun gun, so this is definitely going to help him. Hunter's going to get rid of the last airbag on this map. Fire Investigator does not have any items left, but he's still at full health and he was able to get that rescue before half.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is why we nerfed Lucky Guy's chest opening speed. We have seen this happening quite a lot as well, so with this gun being available to use, we have flywheel ready in 17 seconds too, and of course Graveyard being by being able to secure the rescue, double knee-jerk reflex flywheel, it's generally speaking enough. Yes, we're already starting the last cipher, but with Acrobat finishing off his, he can go towards the middle to decode the 65%, as Graveyard right now taking the hit, as now Sai. Let's see how well this rebound kite is.
He does have a little bit of distance, so Gravekeeper is going to body block for the Lucky Guy, and Lucky Guy does have that stun gun to utilize. Gravekeeper is continuously body blocking because they just need to finish up those last 2 cipher machines with around 60% progress each. Hunter just trying to get the hit onto this Lucky Guy, is able to throw down this pallet, will be breaking all these pallets, so it's forcing him to transition away. Now she's continuously walking back so she could try to avoid the stun gun, but isn't able to avoid that stun gun. And we got the Acrobat coming in with the Firebomb as well, unable to go into her shadow form. She needs to walk and catch up to XY.
Oh, I think we might just pop open the Cypher Machine right now as 11 is still here remaining on the ground side. We still have a Flywheel left in our hands to use. We're going to vault over that instantly as well, and there we go. That's what we need, a Flywheel left in our hands to use. We can Flywheel there first as we vault over. It's okay, Shadow, that's we vault over one more time, but the Tower Shock will finally connect. We do have a teleport, and it seems like the gate is opening a little bit slow, so there is, well, no, there is no claustrophobia. We just weren't at the gate on time. But it is a nice 4-man endgame. But now in this case, how much time can we buy before the tension runs out?
The survivors are being very cautious, realizing that teleport is up and available. It looks like the hunter will be able to find the Acrobat, unable to do much. He will be going down immediately. She'll be carrying him near the moon gate, so it looks like the other survivors are... There's one going towards front gate, and the other survivors waiting around Shack for that backdoor rescue. Hunter will be teleporting to the front gate.
Flywheel! Oh, it's so early with the Flywheel. We can't Shadow Dance back here though, so it's still okay. The only big issue now is Acrobat can't open the gate, so Acrobat has to kind of rotate around this area to potentially come for the rescue, even though Gravekeeper has 2 shovels. Acrobat opens the gate way too slowly, so it is understandable for you not to do so, but right now, tonight is from that Gravekeeper. Sen is going behind a factory as well, but now it's kind of at a place where we're like, okay, do we want to chase after Gravekeeper? Yes, we want to, because this guarantees a 3-man.
So she's going back to her remnant to try to cut the Gravekeeper off from this chair, keeping on the other side towards Moongate. She's going to utilize her cloak to close the distance, is able to hit him outside of his shovel. We do see Acrobat's going for that backdoor rescue. He had to go all the way around so that the hunter does not see him, and the hunter is still trying to down this Gravekeeper. He's buying so much time, and they are able to get that backdoor rescue.
Yeah, at least the gate's being opened right now, so you know what, Charon didn't do bad. I'll be honest with you, there was a huge potential for a 3-man elimination there, but it's more or less just, it was Gravekeeper that was within your POV. So it is what it is by this point. At least it wasn't a 3-man escape, because ACD Survivor has done really well when it comes to body blocking and when it comes to just getting that RC versus ZETA. But we see here as well, ACT
Game situation.
Now with the points here, it's currently 10-3.
Ada can help with tanking the hits or healing up, and
there's mill given towards our aeroplanist, Shack for Acrobat, and of course, Fighter and knee-jerk reflex for Y. It'll be knee-jerk reflex Flywheel for.
And we have the opera singer spawning near the Christmas tree right into her shadow form. She's making her way towards the shack. This is the area that a lot of the survivors like to loop, so she did bring confined space so that he can't keep looping this one window. The pallet here has already been dropped. Hunter will be breaking it, returning to her remnant, and trying to catch the Acrobat off guard.
But Acrobat in Shack is so strong, especially in Leo's memory. So we have seen this happening quite a lot before in Koa stages as well. But now we should be able to get towards this window just about on time as well. But once again, it is an opera we're up against. And of course, a beautiful mind game there played as a second ball we'll be able to utilize as we get in between these triple pallet runes near Moongate.
2 more pallets here that he can utilize and loop. It looks like he noticed that the hunter did have confined space. Oh, we'll be able to take a hit here while throwing down this pallet. So he did immediately leave Shack after he saw the hunter vaulting that window.
But from what you hear, he still has a fireball left to use alongside with Flywheel as well. But in our case right now, no blink will be ready for usage. That's a very nice pallet mind game there as we got the pallet down on time. But now in our case scenario, can we bait out Flywheel? We didn't need to bait. It was an instant hit down there. As we can see, is there a basement nearby? Nope, it's a factory. So then we'll chair him directly in towards, well, near towards the Moongate.
First chair for the side of the Acrobat. However, it was a pretty long kite. We do see the Cypher progress is pretty good. Average is around 60 to 70, but he was able to get 1 Cypher machine completed while on this chair. The airplanist is going to utilize his jetpack to make it to the chair and get this rescue. We can see that he does have Tide Turner, is going to be eating a hit here and getting that rescue before half.
Yeah, and also at the same time, it's now we're looking at a double down, so why being able to take that hit? However, Acrobat still having 1 more flight, 1 more fireball left. The question really begins with, can we kite 20 seconds? Because if we can't, that double hit will be pretty devastating here from the side of KL. And then no mind games will be played by Acrobat, as Acro is trying to rotate out as far as he can. But it just doesn't seem like it'll be possible anymore. But the Flywheel came in pretty clutch in our scenario, so Winnie, very nice rebound kite containment.
We were a little scared when Airplanist went down. We thought it was going to be a double down situation, but Acrobat really doing well with this rebound kite, is able to outlast his tide turner, is going to be able to get that pallet stun as well. It looks like the Acrobat is done warming up and he is able to contain this hunter for quite some time. The Airplanist has also gotten back up.
But Acrobat has no more pods here left to use, but we still managed to dodge the hit there just about on time. It's 2.5 Cypher Machines done here, as Aero can still come in for the rescue if he wants to, but we have First Officer after all, so let's just leave it to him for now. Aero having to decode a new Cypher Machine by himself, and of course Psychologist at a 58% Cypher Machine decoding progress. Officer on his way in right now.
Oh, but wanted order is on this officer, so he's going to have to utilize his pocket watch to make his way towards the chair. But at the moment, he's going... Okay, now he is making his way slowly towards the chair, but needs to be careful not to get a hit too early on because he wants to make sure to get this rescue. He does also have Tide Turner available, so if he can just get this rescue, Acrobat can live for a little bit longer.
But we might be banking on a Terror Shock right now. The moment we touch that chair. Ooh, no hit to check, can we? That's no damage rescue there, but at least Acrobat is back down on towards the ground. Wayne here is trying to hide around for a little while longer. We're trying to find him here one more time, as there we go. The Lucifer on the ground will be able to allow us to navigate towards the survivor as Psycho has healed up that Aeroplanist. Last Cypher Machine at 50 something odd percent. We don't have teleport, nor warp, nor trump card, so this blink we'll have to use it all the way towards the end.
I mean, for the side of the Chaos Survivors, they just need to get that 2-man escape to tie up round number 2. And the Acrobat has just been sent back to the manor. Last Cypher Machine at 80. It's almost primed. Can the Hunter make it towards that Cypher in time? They are starting a new Cypher Machine, and Y is leaving his Cypher Machine.
But why doesn't have borrowed time here? So in our case, it's best just to pop it instantly as well. We missed that Shadow Leap as well. It's now on a 6-second cooldown. Seeing the other two Cypher Machines here currently being decoded, what might be the best actually is just to maybe go over and decode, or just look for the tie here instead. It does seem like KL can guarantee the tie game here at least. But now rushing out of this area, Tansi being by himself as the first officer here, we cannot give a Terror Shock. That's the most important thing out of it all. And it seems like Y will be able to get back towards this last Cypher.
Yeah, all survivors are at full health, so they will be able to tank more hits before going down, and they are buying enough time. The last Cypher Machine at 93%. Wonderful pallet stun. Survivors are really able to pallet stun this Opera Singer, and it looks like the Hunter is trying to decide whether to pop the Cypher Machine. It's the endgame situation. 3 survivors up and running. Remember, they only need to get a 2-man escape to tie up round number 2.
We still have Blink left on our hands. If we can get this Blink down fast enough, we could potentially speak looking for somebody else. There's going to be somebody on the other side. Just blink him down. There we go. We should have popped up the pocket watch instantly there. Why on the other side? But we know that it's an Aeroplanist here, which means he has no items left. Gate is at 30-40%. It's not enough. But Officer, we should have popped that pocket watch a little bit earlier on. If it wasn't for that, we could have been able to kite for a little while longer.
And the Hunter now going for Y, the Aeroplanist in the vicinity. They have to sneak this backdoor rescue. The Psychologist is going through Shack and going towards the Moon Gate, while the Hunter is concentrating on trying to down this Aeroplanist. Oh no.
But even for Aeroplanists here, if you want to run back towards the Cypher, it doesn't really matter. The chair here is just so far away with no items left as well. Y here is now hiding around the place. But does that mean Psycho can go over and decode the gate? No, not really, because we want to buy a little bit more pressure. But it just seems like we lost that Pala Mind game. Kirapish able to come back here for the second rescue. But the question is, we need to pop open that that pocket watch. However, Flywheel is now ready. Can we Flywheel? We did Flywheel the right one. We got the hit on towards Psycho. We can go back now. Get that first officer down here one more time. Gate at 60-something%. But a tie turn just isn't enough. No hitch over. We didn't even vault the palace. As of now, this might be another 4-man.
Aeroplanist is healing himself up at 94%, so he can get up and possibly go towards the Christmas tree gate. Hunter is applying a lot of pressure on Moon Gate, and none of the survivors are approaching it. Cure Rabbit will be picked up and chaired next to this gate. The tension is still up, so getting this rescue is going to be very hard.
Oh no! First officer got found instantly. Aeroplanist with no items left in our hands to use. We're trying to get towards the chair, but can we bait the Terror Shock? We didn't. We didn't, as Aeroplane is back on towards the chair here. It's a guaranteed win game here for Zoninjo, that's for sure, because Aero was after half rescue, but he just seems like he wants to look for more. We can go back here to guarantee the chair on towards that FO and then eliminate our Aeroplanist. But for Kirabe here, going back towards the gate one more time, it's a little bit of a risky scenario here, but chairing would be the best option.
Since the Airplanist does not have Tide Turner, the Hunter has all the time in the world to down this Psychologist. The tension is out, but she's already at half health, so it looks like she's going to take this hit, and it is a 4-man elimination.
That's here we go. It'll be 105-second containment from the Acrobat from the side of ACT. 2-0, 8-1 for first game, and then
Good job. Hunter's being able to get that 4-man elimination.
we're going to be able to see UD versus ZETA here as well. Of course, it's a win to MRC, and of course B4U versus KL. And
ZETA, they've been having a lot of rematches, and